It's first versus second. This is the top of the table clash that could decide the title today. The Hawks have learned a lot of lessons on the way with their 9-3 defeat at the hands of Widnes Wild in the reverse fixture at the start of the tournament.
The Wild, on the other hand, have found themselves with a little slip in form after being up the top all the way through, and now need to get back to that form in today's game.
It's Widnes versus Blackburn. It's second versus first, and you can catch all the action right here on BASN TV.
And Gary, all I can say is, you're going to need that.
What for?
Because this is going to be tasty.
Well, I've got to agree with you there, Ben. This is one that everybody's been salivating for. This is the fixture that could potentially decide who wins this tournament outright. You've got to fancy Widnes being in their home barn, but Ben, the form of both teams coming into this.
Certainly, you know, we've had Widnes that were flying so high at the top of the table for so long, and then that little slip up last week to Sheffield, which even Ollie Barron said in his interview was that little, you know, it was the mirror interview you'll be able to catch later on, I might add.
Oh yeah.
But even again, Mark Gillingham said it was that little mirror image of the game that Widnes had played against Sheffield previously, and then Sheffield just wanted it more. And I tell you what, admittedly, most people around the league will have had this one marked on the calendar with the big red ring of today.
Yeah, because there's no love lost between the local rivalry and some of these teams, but more so for the point that the fact that a lot of the players knew each other quite well. There's obviously the addition to Blackburn of Sean Dipnell, a former Wilds player who obviously scored some great goals in the playoff games previously, which of course you can catch on Drop the Puck archives. But there's other key players you would have said.
Yeah, so obviously, whereas we've seen the Widnes Wild were bolstered by some of those Leeds Chiefs players, Blackburn certainly went out and bolstered themselves. They grabbed some Manchester Storm players, so you've got the likes of Finlay Ulrich and Jared Dickinson, and the recent signing as of yesterday is Coventry Blazers' Paul Swindlehurst as well.
That's a bit of a shock, I must say, such late points in the season, but quite controversial from what I can understand. But nevertheless, he's kitted, he's icing today. Do you think he could be the difference?
The guy's got absolute superstar quality. You know, we talk about players like Liam Kirk going out and flying the flag for GB. Obviously, Swinney is a GB player himself. He's on that roster. You're going to see some amazing stuff today, but at the same time, he could just potentially be blowing off the rust and getting ready, because we know he's got that Elite Series tournament coming up.
Well, we said it at the start there. Widnes was sitting at the top right from week one, but have slipped through a little bit, like you rightly said. What do you think they need to do? Because, I mean, they looked a really tight outfit, but then some of the games later on, especially the Sheffield one, where when they were away, was quite close, and they had to claw it back to get the win in overtime. And then, of course, the reverse fixture the following week, where they lost here, and obviously that was our last episode of Drop the Puck.
For me, Gary, I think the three key things that Widnes are going to need to do today: stay out the box, don't give away silly penalties, retain the puck, don't turn it over, silly possession, and make those opportunities count that they get given. There was a few times, you know, we saw it. One example, and obviously I'm not highlighting him specifically, but one example was early on in that first period, that wide open backdoor opportunity from Mike Gilbert. Chances like that the Wild need to be putting away. You need to rack up a score on the Hawks, and they need to do it quickly, because I've got a feeling if they let the Hawks gain any ground in this game, we're going to have one hell of a matchup.
Well, as we've already said, Blackburn currently sitting top of the table, Widnes in second place. It's so tight at the moment, it could even go, depending on the result today, could even go to that game next week. Tomorrow, sorry. This game's tomorrow as well, where Widnes travel away to Nottingham. So that could be a vital game in itself, depending on how things go. But I think both teams are looking to try and sort this out today, really. Blackburn most certainly. Yep. I think this is going to be a really tight and feisty game, but I think it's going to be scrappy as well, Ben.
Now, if I'm honest, I think both teams are going to come out, try and impose themselves on the other team. I think we're going to have a bit of loggerheads, because obviously both are trying to play the physicality side of things. But then I think something will give. Now, what that something is, I can't say. it could be the Widnes defence, it could be the Blackburn defence. But something will give, and the next minute, the game will just open up. And I'll tell you now.
Well, netminders, I think, are going to play a key part in this one. Defences are going to have to stay strong. Discipline's going to have to be the key. But of course, you can follow us if you want to throughout after this streaming series and right the way through our hockey careers, if you like. You can follow us on Instagram. You can follow us on Facebook. You can follow us on Twitter and also on YouTube.
Don't forget, guys, you will be watching YouTube, so hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications on the bell, and stay tuned.
So we're down to the ice now as we listen to the national anthem, and we'll get ready to start things, Ben, because I think it's time to
drop the puck.
Well, I think it's been pointed out a few times on previous streams from the various networks, and this gives me a great opportunity to thank all the other networks that have been busy working on these live streaming games. Of course, Blackburn Hawks TV, you've got Nottingham Lions TV, and of course you've got Sheffield. They've all given a great account of themselves. It's been great viewing, but of course, right now on Drop the Puck, we're going to bring you, I think, probably the most tastiest fixture of all. I'm only allowed to say it once. You can say it all day. But you can see the teams gathering around the nets, giving themselves their pep talk. And of course, it's going to be interesting to see how quick these teams come out.
One thing I will say, Gary, and we'll get it out the way early doors, a lot of the other teams, commentary teams, have made comments on the shirt of the Blackburn Hawks. I must admit, though, from the advantageous position that we are in, it's not actually that bad to call, so I think we pulled the best straw here.
Yeah, I think dressed as a netminder for the opposition is not the best position for us, but I think we may have to switch that in a minute.
Okay, no worries. Right, okay, so we have referees on the ice today. Mr. Wells will be our head referee. Miss Andrews and Mr. Horner are our line judges. As we get ready to start the action, we can see that forward line there of Coulter, Haggart and Hyde. They're going to go against Dunford, Viney. Can't tell exactly who that is on the far side yet. Well, we're underway to Dipnell, in fact. There you go, so what a start. Immediately, and make note, Gary, starting between the pipes today for the Widnes Wild is Matt Croyle. Croyle returns after they gave Pearson a spell last week.
He's had a good first few games as well, Croyle. It was a bit of a surprise for me that he wasn't included in last week's game.
Dipnell does well to keep that alive, but it's gone to Hayde in the corner. Dunford puts the body on a little bit there. Back in, early pad save there for Croyle as he kicks it into the corner. Looking to do something with the puck now. Tried to find Witter at the point. Come back out again to Viney. Viney tries to dig it out in front of him, can't. Put round the boards once more. Dunford plays it behind the net. Viney turns around, trying to find someone out in front. Puts it out to the point when there's no one there, and the puck breaks his own. Widnes trying to go for a quick line change. And opposite netminder for the Blackburn Hawks is obviously the one and only Nick Straphands.
Yeah, he's ever present for them.
Toth called on early there as Dickinson bearing down on him. He's managed to pinch the puck. Puts it back round, but Toth's going to regain possession for the Wild. Great poke check there into the corner. But it's still with the black and gold. Barmer takes a shot, looking for the redirect on front with Jared Dickinson. But it's going to be in the glove of Croyle. Early pressure and good start by Blackburn, Gary.
Yeah, you can see both teams are just trying to feel each other out. Nobody's taking any risks. But it's been a nice bit of circling pucks and passing at the moment. Somebody's trying to find that opening door.
Face off. Oh, it's just going to be called back there.
Full start.
We'll go and recess our positions then. Now it's Dickinson. He's going in against Brittle for this. Second line of the Wild out now of Gilbert, Barron and Brittle. And Barry's out there as well.
Oh, nice pass. Oh!
Tries to find Gilbert. It's going to be picked up by and knocked in by Brittle as he held on there. As Gilbert couldn't back on side. Straight back down the other end now, quickly. A Blackburn. Barry forced on the boards. Gilbert lets it bounce off and run out the zone. Calmly picked up by Butler, Chris Butler. A well-known name here on Drop the Puck. Oh! Gilbert looking for the redirect. Trapans has got a good seal down though.
Unlucky.
Keeps it turned out. Butler now just slowing the pace down, allowing Blackburn to try and find open man. They do so in Ulrich. Ulrich knocks that in. Going to be Kemp as they go for a line change. 17:36 in this first period. Kemp takes his time. Forecheck pressure right out front there by Lee Pollett. And there's going to be a call. Well, that's on Kemp.
My goodness.
So Kemp goes to box. We'll wait to see what the call was.
Well, that was interesting there because I didn't quite catch that myself.
So it's a delay of game penalty.
Well, the official.
Oh, hang on, Kemp's going back out.
Interesting.
So Kemp goes to the bench. We'll await what the verdict is now. There's no penalty. Right, I tell you, Miss Andrews there just coming to the timekeeper's bench and letting us know. So the play blown dead after that mix up there. Gets action back underway with Wild. Belting up the wing here with Baldwin. Absolutely put the skates on there.
Yeah, cut out by
Davis. Takes a shot straight into the glove of Croyle, and Aaron Davis, the formidable Blackburn sniper.
Well, one thing that certainly got to be aware of, and I think Wild will know, Rhys Kearney-Ritter there will keep that defence solid. He's a brick wall, as we know.
Face-off going to be left-hand side of Croyle in the Wild zone. Blackburn win. Try and put that in to come off a stick. Picked up by Coulter. Takes his time. Finds a bit of space. Tries to get the pass out. Looking for Hagger on the wing. Hagger cuts through centre ice. Plays the knock on. It's well kept out though there by King. And now King and Witter for the Hawks. Cade King, formerly of the Altrincham Aces. Another well-known name here on Drop the Puck. Plays off the boards, knocked on by Davis. Quick line change again for Blackburn. And it's fair to say, Gary, neither team here short-benched.
No, but one noticeable absentee today, Ben, of course, for the Wild is Barnes isn't icing.
Oh, out in front there, it's turned away by Barber, but you are right, Adam Barnes. We were notified just before the game started that he'd picked a knock-up on his ankle, so therefore we're sitting this one out. But we do see the return of Danny Hyde after that concussion worry.
Yeah, it's good to see him back.
Barry finds Toth. Toth around the boards to Brittle. Brittle turns up ice, looks for support. Tries to find Gilbert on the stretch pass. Cut out by Barmer, turns straight back around. And Declan Barmer doing well here for the Hawks so far, and a couple of good shifts. Barron tries to clear away, can't. Again, Barmer just softly knocks that into the corner for Toth to receive. Wild trying to get out now. Early pressure coming straight down there from Pollett. Dickinson plays
pace is
back.
fast on this one, Ben.
Butler tries to knock it down the wing again. Tried to find the man on the high pass. Takes his time once more. Butler, forecheck from Barron though.
The thing is, though, Ben, as we've already said on countless number of times when we visited Plant Ice Witness, a small rink, so of course it looks exceedingly fast-paced anyway.
So much so, Gary. Trying to work that puck round now. Lutwich tried to play it around and has done so. That's gone to Ulrich. Ulrich puts it in.
Save.
Croyle denies that. Back into the corner, Ulrich again. Out to the point. Back into the corner, a little body on and Barron and Butler at the point there. Just letting him know he's there. Great shot by Croyle. Dropped down and kept that out.
Well, 14:38 remaining in this game so far.
You just see in the replay there, Gary, that shot came in and he had little time to react.
Yeah, it's just, as I was saying, 14:38 remaining. It's fast-paced game already. Clock's been eaten up. Nobody's put a score on the board yet.
Reeves tried to chase that down behind. Oh, there's a body on from Corey Lee. And the game stepping up in physicality, which we were expecting. Wethington Evans now for the Wild in the corner. Looks to play it off the boards, only finds Witter. Mauer comes down on Witter, gets the pass off though. Clancy can't retain that, it's gone to Lee. Tarpey, hand pass down, straight into the stick of Lee.
Oh, no, yeah.
John Jacks. Tarpey can't clear the zone, but he's managed to do so. He's forced the Blackburn player out and they need to reset. Lee again looking to dump it in. Reeves grabs that, goes into the corner. Puts it around the boards. Tarpey's going to scoop that up. Manages to clear the zone once more. Quick line change all round. Shot comes in from Witter, straight into the glove of Croyle. And it'll bring about an end to that series of play. So, a couple of shout-outs let's start with. Can we get a massive shout-out to Caleb, number 3 for the Witness Wild. He's 9 today, so happy birthday, Caleb.
For the Witness Wild?
For the Academy, Gary.
Oh, okay.
Play back underway with Hagger. Looks to go across the slot, and the puck couldn't beat the first man. Trying to find the stretch pass, but it's found Baldwin instead of the Wild. Little miscommunication, and luckily Croyle gets his stick on it and turns it out.
It's a bit scrappy at the moment, Ben, and a slight mistake by anybody could cost.
Hagger gets Davis chasing him down with Baldwin now. Turns into the cul-de-sac, turns around, puts that forward, past Riddick. And the Wild, well, he thought about taking a shot there, Baldwin. Ridden off the puck was Coulter, looking for the man out in front. Tried to put it through the slot. It's brought down.
Yeah.
And Blackburn on the attack on the 3-on-2. Takes a shot. Croyle leg pad save. And it's anybody's game for the taking at this point, Gary.
Yeah, I'm running out of napkins already.
Griffin breaks neutral zone. Takes it into the Wild defensive zone. Gilbert tries to play it back to Barron. Barron in the corner, digging away. Swindlehurst will be a key player for them today as they've managed to get to Butler. Butler to Dippy. And Dipnell takes a shot wide of Croyle, and that's one thing you can certainly expect them to exploit is Sean Dipnell knows the net-minding capabilities of Matt Croyle.
Oh, nearly.
Out in front, he managed to clear that, but it's kept alive by Swindlehurst. Cleared out once more by Brittle. Barron's found Gilbert. It's a little bit of one-on-one support coming in. Butler gets a stick in there, turns it back around. Barron decides to dump that in. They're going to go for a quick line change. Blackburn taking the opportunity as well. And Swindlehurst takes his time, looks for the big stretch pass off the boards, finds it to Lutwich. Lutwich comes in, takes a shot. That's saved by Croyle, dangerously out in front. Cleared out by the Wild defender.
Yeah, no one to pick up that loose change, and it's there.
There's an example there of the vision of Paul Swindlehurst. This is why they brought him in, Gary. Shot out in front, you could see Riddick was going for the redirect there, but back onto the possession of the Wild with Hagger. Hagger can't control it. Mauer loses out there. Back down the other way now with Lutwich. Trying to find Witter in support. Witter's coming in for the pinch, but decides that it'll be a bad idea, so drops back, allowing Witnesses to regain possession. Once more off the boards. G takes the shot, sails wide over the blocker side of Trappans. And the official's going to blow that offside there.
Yeah, he tried his best, but just went over the blue line, so...
Well, I'm going to catch my breath, Gary. I don't know about you.
Well, with 10:50 remaining in this first period, the score currently stands at Witness Wild 0, Blackburn Hawks 0.
Face off in the neutral zone, just out in front of the Blackburn bench. Coulter pushes that away behind Pollitt. Scooped up once more by Blackburn. Blackburn on the attack now. Pollitt into the corner. Decides to look for a man. No, goes for the shot instead. Comes off the skates of Griffin. And Hyde.
Oh!
Well, potentially a hooking call there, maybe. A couple of people would have asked. And that's going to be an icing call given, though. Well, you can see, Gary, slowly but surely, the little knocks and bumps and things are...
Everybody's biting a little bit and they're all dipping their toes in the water, but nobody's getting the nibble.
So face off left hand side, the Croyle, won by the Hawks. And again, just to pick up on what the commentary team over at Blackburn, Oz and Brian were saying the other week, the Hawks seem to be winning a lot of the draws, Gary.
Oh, what opportunity there! Oh, how did that not go in? Oh my goodness.
Back up the other way though. Come Blackburn. Haggers managed to get in there and turn it around. Trying to find the overlap once more. Coulter shut down by Swindlehurst. Shot comes in from Davis.
Oh, ever so.
Baldwin does well to regain possession for the Wild. Miscommunication between himself and Brittle and Barron, but they've managed to regain the puck once more. Baldwin stretch past Coulter. Can't get it round his man. And Dittnell read that well. Viney plays it for Dunford. Dunford takes a shot into the chest of Croyle. Oh, and Dunford and Barron. A little afters there. And the officials are straight in on that one. And I've got a feeling, Gary, that's what it's going to be like all day.
Yeah,
the officials are not going to let anything go.
As I just said before, people have been dipping their toes in the water. Nobody's nibbled, but we nearly had a bite then, Ben.
9:34 remain in this first period. Face off in the Wild defensive zone, right hand side of Croyle. Another draw win there for the Hawks. Taking the time, looking what they can do with it now. Viney trying to find support. Comes out to the point. Shot comes in. And that was from Swindlehurst. And Croyle already seeing more rubber than trap hands.
Yeah, I was going to say, at the moment, the ice is tipping 60-40 in favour of Blackburn. They seem to be putting the pressure on the witness end a lot more in this first period.
Man goes down there as Barron finds Brittle to gain the zone. Brittle takes the shot. Leg pad saved by Trapanzi as he kicks it into the corner. Barron's brought down now, manages to play the puck off. Brittle and Viney battling on the boards. Barron's back on his feet. Butler, Viney, Brittle, Barron. Try saying that when you're drunk. Tough. Taking the time now, Winners trying to work this puck, but got to give it to them. The Blackburn defensive unit so far not letting up.
Ooh.
And it's getting physical again as Clancy's ridden into the boards. Kemp now on the ice.
Yeah, Clancy not too happy about that. And there we go.
So we've got Chris G and Kearney Witters, the first gloves to go today.
Well, we knew it was going to happen.
G goes in.
Oh!
Well, Witter still throwing after G's gone down. He lost his footing.
Well, he's not happy about something. Well,
and Witter, he's gone again, so it's round two. G's this time. Well, got a good stance. Oh, this is getting. They're going to need to get hold of this one, Gary.
Yeah, certainly getting aggressive, and Witter's not giving up.
Well, there's certainly some calls there. There's calls from the headbutt from the bench from Blackburn. You can guarantee G's going to be tossed from the game. Will Witter go though? Has this been a play all along?
Well, is it a ploy? But either way, it looks like.
So let's go back to the replay. We can see it there, the initial. This is the second round. And there's a lead with the head, to be fair.
Yeah, I think, to be honest with you, Ben, when you swing your arms like that, it can get a little bit lively. Things get in the way. And I think things like that need to be, Witter's certainly not happy slamming the boards.
Witter's also been sent from the game. We'll find out exactly what the calls are now. And he's throwing the barrier around downstairs. He's certainly not happy with the calls.
Well, while the officials discuss with the captains.
We knew tensions were boiling, Gary, just below the surface.
We know how much this game means to both these teams. Both teams want to win. But it's obviously come to a point, and there I say, Ben, dipping the toes in the water. We got what we wanted. We got a fight.
Yeah, but it's getting what we wanted, Gary, and then the way it comes about. So we'll find out what the official calls are. As Witter certainly still making his presence known as he makes his way to the locker room. So we can confirm now Kearney Witter has been ejected from the game, as has Chris G for the Widnes Wild.
Well,
there's blood on the ice, so we are going to have to get the officials and the ice rink staff to deal with that. In the meantime, we'll go to the message board. We'll give some quick shout-outs. So, can we get a shout-out for Olivia Ann watching for her dad, number 98 for the Hawks Day? So, yeah, there's your shout-out there. And, well, some interesting comments now coming in the chat.
Well, one thing I do want to say, Ben, a big thank you to Andrew and Julia Schutt from the Crossblade Methodist Church, who kindly, on our entrance into the rink here today, provided us with a lovely thank you card and some nice little goodies in a bag, which no doubt you'll stuff your face with later. It's nice to be appreciated to do these things, but of course it's not just us two who would have, obviously the faces have dropped the puck if you like, because we're the ones you see on screen. A lot of people behind the scenes do a lot of hard work to make these things happen, as do all our production crew, not just here but all the other rings as well with the other production companies.
So just an update, the ice is being cleaned, both teams have been sent back to the bench, and currently Miss Andrews and Mr Wells are at the timekeeper's bench comparing notes.
I thought they were swapping phone numbers.
We'll find out what the exact calls are, but as we were aware, Gary, coming into this one, especially with the new introduced COVID policies, we were aware that any fights or altercations would result in an extra misconduct penalty.
Yeah, it's and it's something I must point out if you're a new viewer to this streaming series today. The COVID protocols that all the teams have to meet, very, very strict indeed. Everybody gets checked on entrance to the rink, and everybody does a COVID test, as does the production crew, ourselves all included, everybody. And of course, that's why when it comes to like penalty boxes, the officials dealing with things, social distancing being kept by all. But got to say, Ben, I'm going to shout out again. Planet Ice Widnes staff have been absolutely fantastic while we've been here over these 3 stream series episodes.
Certainly is. The officials now, again, still, there's a long list of penalties going on here. So, potentially we could be going back to 5-on-5, we could be going to 4-on-4, I don't know how it's going to go yet.
Oh, I don't know.
But, we've 8:31 still remaining in this first period. Let's have a quick review of what we've had so far leading up to that. So, we said from the start we were going to get a fast-paced game, but neither team would give out. That's what we've seen. It's been high-octane, end-to-end stuff. But like I said, to be fair, seems like Croyle's seen more rubber than trap hands.
Well, it has, but at the end of the day, Ben, we knew this was going to happen. We knew it was going to be feisty, because both teams know that one of them is going to come away with the title probably today of this tournament. It's been exciting. All the games that we've seen across all of the teams and all the networks, but it's come down to this one today, Ben, and I think it was written in the stars that this one was going to be riddled with little niggly incidents, possibly even drop gloves. I'm surprised it happened so quickly though, but nevertheless, it's the action that the fans love to see, but at the same time, it's now detrimental to both teams because, of course, they both lose a player now.
And any momentum that was in the game.
Yeah, well, yeah, the momentum, yeah, they're going to start afresh with 8 minutes 31 on the clock. Neither scored. I mean, I've got to say the closest team to come to scoring was Wild when they had that deflection almost off the, I think it came off Nick Straphan's as it came back across. And he got his body in the way, I think, or was it the post? We couldn't quite clearly see that. No doubt our replays will probably spot that. But as it stands, the score is currently Widnes Wild 0, Blackburn Hawks 0. Both teams have lost a player.
And just having a quick look again for any shout outs. So we've got a couple more to do. We did have one. So there's a lot of commentary obviously going on in the chat as well. One thing I will ask, guys, is obviously if you are commenting in the chat, please remember there are children and other people watching and they may not like the language that's being used. So can we get a big hello to Hawks fan Connor, hoping the lads come home champions. Let's go Hawks. And that's come from Penny Lanks lad. So as it currently stands at the moment, we'll just review. If the Hawks win this game in regulation time, they win the streaming series.
Yeah.
If the Wild win it within regulation time.
Hang on, how many fingers am I going to need to do this?
Look, I'm not Carol Vorderman, but let's sum it up. Both teams need to win to walk away champions.
I think, well, yeah. To put it in a nutshell, yeah.
And we're back in as Andrews drops the puck back underway, and here we go.
You said drop the puck then.
I did. So we're expecting the game to kick back in with another burst of energy. Lutwich skates it in, looks for someone out front, goes to the point to Butler. Butler takes a shot in off Coyle's leg pad. Turned out. Back once more from Barmer. Hyde's going to be there. Off the board, fine Hager. Tries to get round. Barmer does so. Hager takes his time, looks around out front. Well read by Blackburn defensive unit, and they turn that puck out. Right, okay, so. Okay, let's work this out. Okay, so for Rhys Kearney-Whitter, we have a 2 + 2 + 10 for fighting, +5 + game, and he's going to miss the rest of this game. Then for Chris G, we have a 2 + 2 + 10 for fighting, and a match for the headbutt. It was been recognised by a headbutt by the officials, and he too will miss the rest of this game. Both players have been ejected, so we are 5 on 5.
Yeah, of course. All those are coincidental penalties, and none of them will be on the clock, so it's as we are, just minus those two individuals.
And Kearney-Whitter will be severely missed by the Hawks.
Well, I pointed it out, he's ever present in the Blackburn defence in this series, and they certainly are going to miss him.
Hawks though with Riddick, tried to play that puck down, picked up by the Wild with Barry. Tom Barry looks up ice, black wall in front of him. Can he find a gold shirt? Manages to do so off the stick. Brittle knocks it on. Comfortably picked up by Riddick once more. Foot race between Davis and Toth, and Toth's there. They've waved the icing off. Puck round to Gilbert as the official just got in the way there. Barron tries to find Brittle on the boards. Does so. Brittle can't get past Swindlehurst.
Of course, Brittle missed the last game, didn't he?
He did, so he's a big addition to the Wild today, as they miss Barnes, and also they've missed Brownlee as well. Callum Brownlee not icing. And Swindlehurst now for the Hawks as Barron's stick is on the ice. Swindlehurst, stretch pass looking for Dicknell. Going to be picked up by Hughes. Just aids that round. Picked up once more. Tried to put it back across for Mauer, but intercepted instead by Reeves. Hawks now playing off their own bench board. Dunford plays it off to Dicknell. Dicknell has his pocket picked. Withington Evans can't beat off the Blackburn player, but they managed to get in there with assistance from Mauer. Puck still in Blackburn's possession. Slaughton. That was a great opportunity there for Viney.
Yeah, just trickled past everybody.
Dunford to Dicknell. Dicknell trying to find a man out, but it's on a yellow shirt. We clear the zone once more, and there's breathing room for Widnes.
Well,
Hughes.
the one thing that isn't working at the moment is stretch passes of either team. It just seems to be the last touch seems to be letting them all down.
Hyde. Hyde takes a shot into the shoulder of Trap Hands, and he's going to wrap that one up comfortably. Miss Andrews goes to retrieve the stick belonging to Barron.
Yeah, the tape passing of either team seems to be.
Good shot there. He was going for the glove side.
Yeah, just the long stretch passes are just catching themselves out. They're like oh, and a lovely shot coming in there, just off camera.
Lutwich dumps that off. Ulrich gets his head up, takes a shot straight into the chest of Croyle. And Finlay Ulrich.
Well, so already we're starting to see Widnes trying to get back into this, make a bit more of a statement as they're putting a bit of pressure on the Blackburn goal now, but they're currently having to defend.
Face off, goes the way of the Hawks in the wild zone. Puck runs off the shoulders and leg pads of players, completely out of the vision of Croyle there. They're doing well now to battle it and clear it out, and they have done. Hager on the wing. Looks up as he got support, gets it across. Oh, what a save! Go post to post. Denies Widnes. Out in front once more. Baldwin takes a shot. And it's in the pads of Trappans. But what a save, Nick Trappans.
Well, that looked goal bound all day as Hager sends that across. And the puck goes fired in. Strappans dives across and saves it. And stops the attempt of the Wild to go in front here. It's still Widnes Wild 0, Blackburn Hawks 0.
Face off. Won by the Wild, but turned over quickly in the Blackburn zone. Hawks trying to do well to clear it. Have done. Barry. Well, Croyle's going to hold that up so Barry can get around to Barron. Trappans. Lays it off for Swindlehurst. And fair to say, Swinny's getting a fair few shifts, Gary.
Yeah, he does seem to be on the ice a lot.
Pollard lays that puck off. Shot comes in.
Whoa.
Turned out once more, and both netminders keeping the teams in it at the moment.
Well, I said they were going to play a vital part in this today. Head on a swivel, they've got to watch for everything coming in.
Barry looks to go down the wing. Gilbert tried to knock it on for Clancy. Turned over. Davis on top. Right in front of the gate of the Wild bench. Corey Lee now on the ice. Trying to get in on Gilbert, but Gilbert's got a shot off onto Trappans easily. Received and plays that away. And we're going to have a play blown dead there, but again, Trappans' reaction times and the seal he's got on them pads with that ice, he's not letting anything through.
Well, we said it at the start and I'll say it again, this game's all going to come down to defences and discipline, Ben. Defences and discipline.
Face off in the neutral zone between Revers and Mauer. Tarpey puts that in. Brings it around, but Hughes keeps it alive for Widnes. Blackburn managed to clear the zone. Down the other end, 2:45 remaining in this first period. Kemp and Lee. So Lee Kemp and Corey Lee there. Well, most people have had the money on Lee Kemp to maybe have dropped the mitts first, not Chris G.
Do you know what I think Ollie Barron will have tried to instill discipline into them, because they've got another game yet. So they need all their players. The last thing you want to be doing is going to Nottingham.
Face off Blackburn zone. Right hand side of Trappans.
Oh, scrappy again.
Coulter comes out with that puck. Round the back of the net. Great defensive work by the Hawks. Haid. Finds Hager. Hager now in the corner. Goes back to Hyde. Danny Hyde again coming back after that head injury where he did severe a battle concussion. Great to see him back on the ice. Out in front, it's Hager! Hyde to Hager! And the Wild strike first.
Well, they were circling that puck around the goal, looking for the opportunity, and when it comes in, Hager makes no mistake and slots it top left of the netminder. And it's given the Widnes Wild the lead here. It's now Widnes Wild 1, Blackburn Hawks 0.
2:14 left in this first period for the Hawks to try and get a goal to keep themselves in this game at the moment, but we said whichever team struck first, Gary, would really get the momentum going, and what a goal that was from Hager. Nice little bar down, block at glove side.
I thought we said that whoever scores first would be in the lead.
Well, that's a given.
Oh, okay.
As King for the Hawks now tries to clear it away. Springing the step of the Wild now is Barron on that possession. Can't keep it in. Tough. Takes his time. Plays it back over. Barry. Shot comes in again. Kicked away by Trans. Second shot from Gilbert. Turned out. Here comes Brittle. He picks up the rebound. Got King on him. King puts a body on. Puck comes loose into the opposite corner. Swindlehurst does well to clear that, but only Forrest Toth managed to clear the zone of Blackburn. And Bobby Streetley now is just going to take control of this. As the Wild go for a line change. Dunford knocks it in. It's going to be Worthington Evans who receives that back behind his own net.
Ben, somebody's actually posted, I never thought British hockey would be this entertaining. Where have you been, sir? Where have you been?
Mauer off the boards. Out in front looking for a shot.
It's in! And there's the equaliser that they've been looking for.
Well, that was well worked there. And it looks like Finley Ulrich's got his name on that one.
Yeah, the puck comes in, he takes the turn. Defence left to stride, he's sitting right between the two defenders, slots it home, and has tied things up here at Planetized Witness. As the score now is Witness Wild 1, Blackburn Hawks 1.
Well, we're in the final minute of this first period, and what a game, Gary.
Well, you couldn't have asked for a better game, really, could you?
Hawks decide to put that puck in. Ooh, little to and fro there with Baldwin on the boards. Hyde. Big stretch pass. Tries to find Hagger. Hagger's got space. Takes a shot. Big slap shot sails right in front of Nick's hands.
And desperately trying to keep it in that end.
And Lutwich now gets his head up, trying to find that pass. Lutwich takes a shot off the stick of Croyle. That's up and out of play. But Gary, this game just shifted up into another gear.
Yeah, maybe they just found that gear. But I'll tell you what, it's gone out of the pace already. It'd be interesting to see whether both teams can maintain this for 3 periods.
Face off. Right to Croyle in his own zone. Final 20 seconds of this period now. Trying to play it around the boards, but it's come out on a wild stick. Takes the shot on instead, sails wide. Final 5 seconds. Davis has Hagger in front of him, but he's just going to run the clock out. And there's the clock gone. There's your buzzer. There's the first period in the bag. And, well, what can we say, Gary? It's been an absolute end-to-end game whereby they've given us what we expected. And I don't know what to say. It's well, we're going to get more of the same in the second.
Well, I couldn't help keeping my eyes on the ice there because
you always think just a little bit after.
I think there's always going to be afters. You never know. But like you say, this has been end to end, Ben, and yeah, I have run out of napkins because it is a really, really tasty game. I don't think we've seen the last of this. I don't think we're going to be short of goals. I don't think we're going to be short of action. But I can't see both teams keeping this pace up for 3 periods. We've seen the first one. It's all level at the moment. Nothing like that 9-3 game at the very beginning of the season. We said at the top of the show that Blackburn have learned a lot. They've taken a lot away from that very first game with the Wild of where they needed to be, what they needed to do. And they've given a good account of themselves. They've kept in with some of the games, albeit that some of them have been in overtime games and that. But now they see themselves sitting at the top of the pile and they've got to try and keep hold of that. But the Wild did well getting that first goal.
They did. They worked it really well. Now we know that Hagger and Coulter have been working well all season in this little tournament. Obviously Barnes is normally that third pivotal key player there.
But will they miss him?
They're proving right now that Hyde's doing a good job in filling in the slot. I mean, don't get me wrong. Hyde's fast, but Barnes has got a pair of rockets on his skates when he goes. Maybe it's usually that breakaway and that, that stretch pass we spoke about that we're seeing that usually gets Barnes on the go. Can't do that with Blackburn. That's how they play. They're reading this really well. So it's going to be interesting. But to talk about game plans, Gary, midweek I was able to catch up with Ollie Barron and Lee Pollitt at the Blackburn Hawks. And we've got some interviews with them now. And they were speaking about the game plans. This is what they had to say.
Joining me this time is player coach from the Blackburn Hawks, Lee Pollitt. Lee, Thanks for taking the time out.
Yeah, no problem.
Now, the Hawks season in the streaming series has been something of a turnaround, should we say. That opening 9-3 defeat to Widnes got fans talking, and the Hawks have now battled back to where this weekend, this head-to-head game could decide it all. What has gone into turning the Hawks around to get them at this stage?
I think a lot of things come into that. Obviously, it wasn't the start we wanted to get off to. I think we went in with a bit too much confidence with past results against Widnes. But as well, we were first game, we wanted to get everyone out there. Obviously, we've got a new coach as well with Ryan coming in. He didn't really know the players as well. So we wanted to get everyone out there on the ice and give us a good idea of where we were starting from. Obviously, we brought quite a lot of players in from other clubs who've not played at this level for a while, new systems, and we want, like I said, we wanted to get everyone out there. Going forward, everything started to click. We've really picked up all our systems. Obviously, Ryan's a great coach. We've worked well on training to get all our systems in place, and everything's been clicking, and we've been finding ways to win. All the games have been close, which has showed our character as well. We've played most games 60 minutes of good hockey, and that's how we managed to grind out these wins and find ways to win.
Now, obviously, you've got the likes of Ryan Finity there as well. You've had, the luck, shall we say, of having a couple of the lads from the Storm come in. Obviously, you've got Jared and Finley and that have stepped in as well. What's the mentality in the locker room been feeling like as a general? Does it feel like the Hawks of old, or does it actually feel like this new rebrand and the rebirth?
It does. It feels like a rebirth. Yeah, that's for sure. We've got a lot of lads that have been there before as well that we won trophies with. So we've got that side of it, and then obviously the injection of the Storm lads brings a level of experience that we've not had in Blackburn for a while. Everyone's getting on great. The atmosphere is fantastic. Everyone's bought in, whether they've come from Bradford or from the Storm or coming back to Blackburn. Everyone's bought into what we're trying to do here, and it's a really good atmosphere and a really good team to be on at the moment.
Now, come on, we can't sit here and not talk about the elephant in the room. That is the obvious game streaming as we talk now. It's led to this against Widnes. Is there some specific game plan you've got going into this, or is it just we're going to go in and we've set our sights on the title?
Well, yeah, we've got our game plan. I think we try and keep that as consistent as possible going into each game. We want to dictate the way we play and the way we have success. So that's what we're planning to do. Obviously, if we go in and stuff doesn't go according to plan, we might have to look how we're going to change that. But I think with Widnes, obviously you've got a line of players there that need shutting down. That was the biggest downfall we had in the first game. Making sure we line match a bit better. Like I said, we look to roll 4 lines and get everyone out there in the first game, and that's not going to be the case this weekend. We're going to look to match up properly and take our chances when we get them.
Well, Lee, obviously, best of luck for the game, mate. We wish the Hawks the best of well for the future, and we'll catch you again soon.
Yep, no problem. Thanks a lot, Ben.
No worries. Thanks, Lee. Here with me now is player coach of the Widnes Wild, Oliver Barron. Ollie, bit of a tough result to walk away from last week, a little bit of taste in your mouth. What was the banana skin?
It was frustrating to lose because I thought for the first 2 periods we were better. We had some nice play, some good possession of play. And I think the early goal in the third for Sheffield, and they just didn't stop skating. The momentum carried them through. I think almost a flip of the last game when we went to Sheffield, they were way better than us for 2 periods. In the third, we stepped up and we got the momentum. I think both of them games just highlight how competitive this series has been. Each team can beat anyone, I feel, on each night. I think if we could have just maybe took a few more of his chances when we were on top in the second. I thought we were on top for a good 10 minutes. We also ran into a lot of penalty trouble in second and third periods, which didn't help us, put us under pressure. Taking nothing away from Sheffield, they deserved the win in the end after that third full period performance. But frustrating, but we're still in with a shout this weekend against Blackburn, so it's all set up quite nicely.
Well, yeah, of course, everyone's been looking forward to this one. 2 teams that know each other very well, and I'm pretty sure I've pinched the line from Gary there. Not to fair. Well, I say it's not as if guys on the ice don't know each other. There's a lot that have played with each other before, either at this level or at the same club. What's that going to mean when you actually hit the ice together? How is that going to actually affect the game and the momentum?
To be fair, I don't think that really that really comes into it. I think a lot of the players from both teams know each other quite well, but come puck drop on Saturday, both teams will be wanting to win for themselves and their team. So, yeah, there's a lot of history between players playing for both teams, or we know each other, play for each other in juniors and whatever. But we're both going out to win. It'll be a good game. I think the first game in Blackburn, yeah, we got a big lead, but I think they've got much better as the series has gone on. So I expect a tighter affair. And it's up for grabs in a one-off game, really, almost like a playoff final type feel to it. And my boys will be ready. We've got practice on Thursday, and we're gearing up for it for a nice home game to finish us off.
Now, we're not obviously going to ask you to show us the X and O's, but roughly what is the game plan coming into this one? Will it be try and get that lead early and shut them down, or will you just ride the wave and see where it goes?
Well, we're not. Well, I don't want to give too much away, but I think we've played two sort of styles. We've played an aggressive style and one we're not as aggressive. I don't want to give away too much on which one we'll be doing, but it's going to be a good game, Ben. Both teams are really good. We've both added higher players from higher leagues to help us out. I expect a really good game, and it could go either way. We're going to be ready for it. We're up for it. We're hungry. We want to try and win this series. It wasn't probably, maybe when we started, probably wasn't this target, but as we've gone on, we've not been on the ice that long. We're all enjoying it, and we're looking to go out and try and win it again in our place.
And obviously, I mentioned you are a player coach here at Widnes at the moment. Alongside yourself, you've got Mark Gillingham in that role. How vital is it to have that off-ice set of eyes as well to be able to watch the game and sort of relay the input and then make the changes, especially like the line matchups and stuff? Yeah,
it's very important. If you're a player coach, you've got to have, obviously, while I've been at Widnes, Gilly's always been there, and he's me and Mark are almost like equal coaches. That's our relationship. We both bounce ideas off each other. Probably I have the final say in a few things, but it's important for me to have Mark there, because when I'm playing, when I'm on the ice, I can't see everything. Mark's really knowledgeable as well. He knows, he's been around the game a long time and he's a top guy. So Mark pretty much runs the bench on match nights, and I'll set the team up how I want us to play. We've got a really good relationship, and we just work with each other really well.
Right, Ollie. Well, obviously, we wish you the best of luck, the Wild there, and for this game, and for the future, whatever it may bring. Whether we see a return or not will be a different matter. It'd be nice, I'll admit myself. But obviously, best of luck for the future, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks, Ben. Cheers, guys.
Well, Gary, as you see there, I spoke to both guys. Lee, straight from the outset, was saying that they knew what they'd done wrong from the start of the season after that 9-3 defeat. The line matchups were all wrong. The guys' heads weren't, quite in it. They hadn't quite gelled yet. But as you can see with the Blackburn Hawks, as they progress through that season, they've got stronger, better, their understanding's better. Those lines have clicked well, and we're starting to see the results of that out now on the ice.
Well, I think you can say that about a lot of the teams, Ben, especially the likes of Sheffield, who I thought seemed to be the bridesmaid and never the bride in these games. No pun intended, of course. But it just needed to get that win to help them and make it in it. Because I think the next game the Sheffield play is going to be really interesting, especially when it's up against Sheffield. Are going to be playing Nottingham, aren't they? Later today.
Yeah, that's correct.
That's the second game, by the way, you can catch. But I think that'll be a really, really close game, because both teams have improved a lot. As have Blackburn. They've taken things and realised what it takes to be in this tournament, because these teams are taking this seriously. I mean, it's the first time they're back on ice in a long time, almost a year. They want to get back to it and get back to those winning ways, especially, as we've always said, Widnes Wild, they're used to winning.
Well, you just mentioned there the Wild, and what Ollie said there in his interview as well. They've got game plans. Obviously, I wasn't expecting him to tell me in the details of the game plan. But you can tell, he said they had 2 game plans, one technical, one physical. Well, I think it's fair to say we know which game plan they've gone with today. You know what I mean? But again, Widnes have come in with momentum. Okay, that's the key word there, momentum. Now, yes, Sheffield was a little banana skin in the road, okay? And it was a little slip up. But you can't let momentum like that drop out completely. And I think that's the key to the Wild today. Find that momentum that they had, brush aside the Sheffield loss and carry on. They need to make sure they are giving 110% every shift. You've got some quality guys they're icing against tonight, but that's not taking absolutely nothing away from Widnes themselves. You have got prolific shooters on there, Barnes, Brittle, Barron, Gilbert, stuff like that. You've got enforcers on there. G's got off now. Kemp, we know those guys aren't afraid to throw the body round. Bez Hughes, he's not afraid to get in the thick of it as well. It's down to the character and the heart of the guys today. It's really going to be a test for them. But I'm telling you now, both teams, after such a starvation period of hockey, are both coming out here to prove that they're back and they're ready to go at it. And if this is anything to go by, I can't wait. Touch wood. No, you can't. If we get some sort of normality return to hockey, because right now you've got players sitting at home, and we understand, guys, we'd love you to be on the ice as well, but they're itching to get out.
It just takes time.
We're itching to get out. These guys are lucky enough to have a chance and actually get out and do it, and they're giving us a great showcase for it.
Well, they certainly are. And the one thing I must bring back on that we were just saying before about how teams are and their abilities and how you think that they're going to progress. The one thing I've noticed is that, and we said it during the game as well, how much of a stalwart and a wall that Kearney Whitter is. He's a captain. How much of a deficit is that going to be to the likes of Blackburn? You've lost the captain, you've lost a key defensive player. Would that be something that Widnes are going to capitalise on?
Okay, so you've lost him on the bench and you've lost him on the ice. You've not lost him in the locker room. Let's get that straight. He can still be in the locker room talking to the guys, cheering them up, getting in their heads, making sure that they're giving everything they can for that shirt. You know what I mean? Yes, on the ice, he's going to be a voice missed, but that's why you have assistant captains there as well. Plus, you look at that bench over there on the Blackburn bench. You've got Ollie Lomax, who's learning in the shadow of Ryan Finnerty at the moment. Ryan Finnerty, what a coach. Manchester Storm coach. He knows what he's talking about when it comes to hockey, so everybody's listening to him and absorbing what they can from him at the moment, right? And then you've got likes of Dave Clancy over there, GB, GB netminding coach. And we know Dave's a good old friend of the show, and we've known him for a few years. And that if there's anything to know about being a netminder, that guy knows it, and he's willing to share his wisdom with anyone. Such a great guy.
Oh, he is. He's willing to share it. Yeah.
But
throwing me off there, didn't they? No, I must admit, they've got an abundance of talent on that team. But you can't take it away from Widnes. I mean, for me, Widnes have come out and proved a point today. And for me, I think the key point in this game will be is where we've seen in previous games where if a team gets a couple of goals ahead, you kind of think, well, that's nothing to go by because I can see the opposition clawing it back. In this game, I think if somebody gets 2 goals ahead, I think they're going to stay ahead, because the one thing that's happening is goals are going to come off silly mistakes in this kind of game because they're playing so defensively and they're trying to keep on top of the opposition. But it's difficult to score when you've got 2 really solid defences.
Well, Gary, I think you're right there, to be honest with you. It's the team that takes 2 ahead that are probably going to be the dangerous and in-form ones here at this one, take control of the game. Obviously, we're talking, the guys are coming back onto the ice now. Just got a couple of shout-outs as well from the chat once more. So I think the first one is to Her Majesty up north, Queen of the North.
And she said she wants a curtsy this time.
But yeah,
just remember me in the honours list, Carol, that's all.
Now, there's a couple of shout-outs. Obviously, again, guys, we appreciate you using the chat. We know it's there for banter, but can we try and keep it clean from the chirping?
Ben, can I just point out that we received a lovely little present on the way in today?
We did, you're right, yes.
I mentioned it before, it's a lovely, it was from Andrew and Julia Schutt, of course, from the Crossblades Methodist Church, and just to say thank you again. It's nice to hear all the nice comments that have been said for all of the production teams across all of these streaming series. all we aim to do is go out and do our best and bring you ice hockey to the home or wherever you are at the time watching this. Hopefully it's the way things are going to go, Ben. Maybe we'll be doing more of these, who knows. But Drop the Puck will certainly not be disappearing. We'll always be here because you can follow us on our usual channels of Instagram. You can catch us on Facebook, Twitter, and also on YouTube.
And obviously you're watching on YouTube right now, so while you're here, don't forget, hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, and turn your notifications on to all alerts. That time, every time we go live, you won't miss it.
Yeah, certainly will. And of course, don't forget our website as well, BASNTV.com. Email us on there, or of course try and leave feedback on the game. Without further ado though, we're going to go back to the ice. It's time to
Drop the puck. And we are back underway for this second period of this potentially streaming series North Cup winner.
It's a mouthful, that, Ben.
It is, as is the chunk of game we've bitten off here. Certainly giving us a game for it as the pace is picked straight back up where it left off. Witness on the attack. Zone cleared though by Blackburn. Griffin forced to go back. Takes it back into his own zone. Dipnell coming down on him though. With the forecheck. Split Dipnell and Viney with that pass to Haid. Coulter through the legs. Tries to get it round King. Does so. Looks out in front. Nobody there. He's got Griffin top of the slot. Griffin's taken down. Gets the pass away though. Well, the loose puck's going to be scooped up by the Hawks. And once again, Coulter with the puck for the Wild. Trying to get his legs going, Coulter. Pass through and just muscle completely out of the play there was Gilbert.
Oh, he's taking his own man out. Oh,
Opportunity opens up for Widnes. Trying to find that puck out in front, but can't.
and that's what I'm saying, Ben. It's going to be mistakes that are going to be costly.
Blackburn now with the puck, trying to clear it off the referee. Number Swindlehurst and Streetley. Find Ulrich. Lutwich can't control that, and Wild swing it all the way back round now. Big Bobby Streetley. Shot comes in straight into the chest of Trapans.
Well, while getting an opportunity, I'm going to give a shout out to our old mate Dominic Jolly. He's watching here today. Says, a super job being done by you guys. Thanks, Dom. Give us a mention. I'm off nursing an injured ankle, waiting for my therapy this off-season. I think a lot of players are, to be honest with you. Some of them have just seized up joints and stuff like that because there's been no hockey. But like we said, time will tell. Looks like things are going to happen soon.
Also a massive shout out to the guys. Oh, what a shot. Well, he's caught me completely off guard with that one as Tom Barry. I was just about to say shout out to the guys at Hawks TV as well.
Well, it comes straight from the face-off.
Yeah.
And he fires it in from the point. Hits the back of the net.
Well rehearsed play that.
Yeah, they've obviously been practicing that one, and it's paid off here. As Widnes Wild take the lead, it's now Widnes Wild 2, Blackburn Hawks 0.
Well,
oh, sorry, 1. And what a mistake.
Easy stop. Giving the game away, Gary. As we get back underway. Brittle grabs that for the Wild. Barron can't control that. Gets a second bite, puts it into the corner. Turned away there. Again, Barron for the Wild. Toff takes a shot and Paulett puts his body on the line for that one.
Ben, is it me or do the Hawks look a little bit sort of a bit more relaxed, trying to take the tone of the game down a little bit?
I was going to get an icing call there, but you are right, Gary. The pace came out blistering, quick sucker punch from the Wild there with that face-off goal. And now the Hawks seem like they're still trying to find their way back into this game.
Well,
It's slow on the foot.
it's early days yet, but it seems to have shocked them a little bit. But with 17:27 remaining in this second period, a long way to go yet.
Yeah, you cannot write the Hawks off in this one. We've still got a game in our hands, trust me, guys. Hughes plays it off the board, finds Clancy. Clancy can't get round Riddick. Forces to dump it into the corner. And that's another call there as we're going back up the other end for a face-off.
Yeah, quick apology to the viewers there. I got the score wrong. It's obviously with this Wild leading 2-1. Don't want to deprive the Hawks of that one vital goal.
So we're going to get ourselves face-off in the Widnes defensive zone, right-hand side of Croyle. Draw win for the Hawks. Shot comes in. Well, Croyle had plenty of time to see that and get his stick on it. Mauer putting the body on there. Comes out in front of Swindlehurst.
And plenty of yellow shirts in front of...
Swindlehurst again, looks for that shot. You can see Dunford's just acting as a screen there. Mauer and Hughes are going to need to clear him out the paint. Taking the time, trying to get something going now. Dipnell.
Yeah, it looks like they're looking for an opportunity.
Puck dumped down the other end. Swindlehurst finds Viney. Viney to Dipnell. Dipnell can't get it around Baldwin. Decides to bring it around the boards. Picked up by Lutwich. Lutwich ridden off the puck there by Griffin.
Oh, and the Wild should take advantage. Oh, they've just missed out on an opportunity there. The line changed by the Hawks.
Baldwin to Haid. Haid takes the shot. That's all the power taken out of it by Dickinson.
Yeah, it's a bit tame, that one.
Hawks look to go back up the other end quickly. Dickinson loses the puck there with the pace. A little bit of a sticky puck. Hyde.
Oh.
There's the loose puck regained once more by Cade King.
Oh, stolen there.
Picks the pocket. Looks for a man out front. Tries to find Coulter.
Oh.
Coulter ridden out of the way there and just surrounded by black shirts. Baldwin.
Oh, an
trying to
opportunity.
find man in front, and it's back and forth end to end again. Coulter tries to get around Streetley. Coulter and Butler behind the net.
Wow, somebody put 50p in the meter. It seems to have picked up a little bit.
Coulter doing a lot of work there, but it's being ridden off the players. Blackburn once more clear the zone. Down onto the stick of Toth for the Wild. And with 5 minutes already gone in this first period. Wild trying to find that stretch pass again to Barron, but it's cut out by Butler. Second bite of the cherry, plays it off the board. Intercepted by Ulrich, Finley Ulrich.
It's a network. Oh.
Icing for the Hawks at the moment. And obviously, Hawks going to lose a few players to this Elite Series when it comes back. You'll see the likes of Dickinson, Ulrich, Swindlehurst, Lutwich. They'll all return back. Mauer. Puck comes up and down, hand pass onto the ice from Corey Lee.
Oh, well
off the leg
blocked.
pad there, Tom Barry. Don't think he knew much about it.
He'll say he did.
Lee doing well, puts out in a dangerous position. Barmer takes a shot through
off his own
traffic, turned
man.
out. Brittle knocks it forward to Barron. Barron tries to put it onto the opposite wing for Gilbert. Come back. Gilbert and Brittle. Pair of Widnes whippets.
Witness whippets.
With the pace they've got on them, and you can see that's what Barron's trying to do, is get them in behind the Blackburn line.
You do realise you're going to pay for that comment.
At some point, probably.
Mr. Lloyd will be listening, you know.
So, a few comments in the chat again. A lot of people praising the goal. It was an absolutely peach of a goal. Andy working in the visitors' penalty box. Hope he's not lonely there. Another shout out as the shot comes in again from the Wild. Trap hands now having to be a little bit more aware. Puck comes up high off the plexi, round the back of the Hawks net. Kicked out in front for a Wild player. It's going to be Clancy on the boards. Mauer comes in for support. Gets it on the net again, but it's an easy save for Trap hands. Now Butler gets his head up. What's he going to do here? He's got support on the far side. Decides to dump it in. John Jacks follows that around. Come to Warnock. Oh, in from Jean-Jacques there, and he's got a great shot on him, that lad. We know he has.
Oh, here we go.
Clancy body on middle ice from Swindlehurst. And great to see the likes of young Clancy there, not afraid to put it in on the likes of Paul Swindlehurst.
Well, it's interesting because there's two family members on either team there. Clancy on the bench, and of course Clancy on the ice.
As skates in does Hyde, unfortunately. Taken into the corner by King, and it allows the Hawks in as Pollock clears that as far as the point. Shot comes in there from Hager. Hyde's grabbed it out in front, a little redirect, and again, Traphands is out of his net. They can't get it around the back in time. Hawks break away with it. Rick, sorry. Turns it around. I thought it was Aaron Davis then for a minute. That is now on the puck though. Griffin. And the Hawks just phased out of another attacking play there. Holding this up now is Baldwin, trying to set something up. Griffin takes his time, decides to go back to Baldwin. He's got Hager just in front of him, looking for Hyde on the stretch maybe. No, goes to the near side, Griffin. Riddick cuts at Albrecht, find its way to Coulter once more. Coulter and Hager break the zone. Will Hager go alone? No, he's pushed into the corner. 12:05 now remain in this second period. Still 2-1 to the Widnes Wild. Toth puts it in. Looking for the redirect once more, but it's easily wrapped up there by Nick's Traphands.
Well, I've got to say, Ben, Widnes seems to have settled into the second period a lot more, putting the Blackburn net under a lot of pressure so far, and happy to be in front here, 2-1 with 11 minutes 58 remaining. The score still stands at Widnes Wild 2, Blackburn Hawks 1.
Face off. Picked up by the Hawks crucially in the zone as they try and clear that puck out and do so. That's going to be an icing call. Yeah, and there we go. And they were looking for the stretch pass there for Dipnell. And of course, we mentioned it before, but Sean Dipnell, a predominant player while he was here at Widnes Wild, now icing for the Blackburn Hawks. And you've got to wonder, Gary, the guys sometimes when they trade teams like that, do they start letting in on little secrets about, you know, how to beat certain players or netminders where they're weak?
Well, this is the thing, if you want to win, you want to win. So, as much as that's the past, this is the future. So if he wants to be a Blackburn Hawk, which he's obviously decided to be, then he's going to be looking for any opportunity he can to help his teammates, I would assume. That goes across any sport though, Ben.
Face off won once more by the Hawks. Prior to that quick shot on Traphands, which caused the face-off we've just seen there. And Dunford's breaking away. He's got support in from Viney. Tries to find Viney out in front, turned away. Gilbert does well to take him out the play though. And here we go up the other end. Toth just trying to find Brittle. Can't turn back around at the blue by the Hawks. Toth with a crucial cut out there.
Oh, Dipnell was a bit of a tame pass there.
Dunford coming in for that tap in straight into the glove there of Croyle from Dipnell.
Yes.
And that play there, Sam Dunford cutting in sharply, and Peter Toth just gets his stick down in time and turned it away.
Yeah, Dipnell was looking for the top corner there as that came in. He was desperately looking for an opportunity to slot it home. But back to the ice.
So face-off picked up by the Wild. Hughes. Puck sails through the neutral zone. Tarpey's got a stick on it. A little bit of a breakaway. Clancy surrounded by black shirts. Can't retain that puck in Tarpey, and it's gone back the way of Blackburn. Now up the other way. Can Blackburn go on the break? Riddick. Well, he's poked away into the corner from Tarpey, who's gone down. Round the back of the net now, Blackburn. Trying to find a man out front. Find Ruddock out front. Can't be turned in. Hughes clears it out once more to Clancy. Clancy blocked by Lutwich, and it's going to be an offside on Ulrich.
He was quick there, turning to face goal, but clearly offside.
Well, Gary, we're starting to see Blackburn get back into this a lot more now, starting to put chances on net.
They obviously fancy the chances, they're taking those opportunities, but it's like I've been saying right from the start, scrappy little affairs and mistakes or where the people are going to pick up on.
Another face-off win in the neutral zone for the Hawks. Picked up by Baldwin of the Wild. Bruce Baldwin finds Hyde.
Oh, nice
Gets round his
play.
man. Hyde skated in, takes the shot. And it doesn't miss by much. Shot comes in from Griffin, sails wide off the boards and goes round. Baldwin puts it back into Coulter behind the net. Coulter now looking for a man as he starts cycling this puck. Hyde, round to Hagger. And this is something we know the Wild do well, Gary.
Yeah, it's obviously textbook stuff, but every opportunity they're trying to feed it in for somebody to tap it in.
And Hyde put it in there trying to find Hagger, but Cade King interjects himself into that one.
Oh.
Trying to find on the stretch pass again is Lutwich, but Griffin's there to cut that out and turn it round. Hagger
Oh, well stolen.
finds Hyde. Hyde and Coulter. A first line for Witness now, out once more. Hagger does well, tried to backhand that to Coulter in the slot, but Corey Lee had different plans. Now Joe Coulter for the Wild. Gets round two players. Goes to get round the third, and Butler goes round the back of the net. There's a long way around to get a pass off. Finds Toff. Takes a shot. It's off, skating up into the netting. And we're going to get ourselves a face-off down in the Blackburn zone.
Well, like you were saying there, Ben, circling that puck around, looking for an opportunity. Toff firing shot home, but Nick Straphans deflects it up into the nets. And we've 9 minutes and 6 seconds remaining in the second period. Still remains 2-1 in favour of the Wild.
Brittle looking for that little tap in there. The pass came out from Barron behind the net. Fighting away, and Brittle's done well to maintain possession for the Wild. Barron lays it back to Brittle once more. Brittle takes it. We think, there's a trip there. We've got a call, and that's on Gilbert. Gilbert's gone down. Well, Brittle thought he saw an opportunity between the post and trap hands.
And the post's come off its moorings as well.
And Gilbert's gone down, it looks like, because the net came off its moorings. That's why the play's been stopped.
Oh yeah, he's obviously, looks like he got a little bit of a knock, slipped and went into the post.
So we're going to get a face-off. Going to be left-hand side of Nick Strapans in the Blackburn zone with 8:47 remaining in the second period. Still 2-1 Witness. Hawks do well to win that. Trying to clear it out along the board to manage to do so. Barry has to get the skates on because he's got Davis circling around the front and his body on there. Allows the Hawks in. Davis manages to get in. Toff's there to pick up the loose puck though. Riddick turns it all the way down. It's going to be Barmer now. So Declan Barmer takes his time, looks up ice. Little bit of forecheck pressure from Gilbert and Barron. And they've managed to get in there and cause him to turn the puck to Butler. You see the player there was trying to be knocked on, but it was received by Widnes, and Pollitt unfortunately grabs that and goes offside. We're going to bring that play back. So Gary, it's getting interesting once more. As we're going to get a face-off in neutral zone. Mauer and Viney. Mauer picks that up. Wild dump that straight into the Blackburn zone. And we're going straight back.
So give a couple of shout-outs there. People obviously feeling the emotions of the way things are going. Somebody just mentioned there about the new Mighty Ducks series, Ben, on, is it on Netflix?
Disney Plus.
On Disney Plus.
If you haven't watched it, I recommend it. A new partitioned series, not a film.
A partitioned series.
Yeah, episode 1 aired last night. It'll be airing every Friday. And it's a good watch and a good nostalgia trip. Thoroughly recommend it. As the officials seem to have a technical issue just on the other side there.
Unfortunately, is that Sophie Minshall saying, can we keep the camera zoomed in so we can see the numbers? Unfortunately, Sophie, that's out of our control because I don't know what the rulings are regarding jerseys.
There you go, Sophie. Our cameraman picking up.
That's what the jersey looks like, apparently. It's difficult to see the numbers, and everybody has commented on this fact. The problem, I do know in American football, which obviously my background's from, you can't have numbers that clash with your jersey colour. Obviously, that seems to be different with ice hockey. So, whereas you've got a black number on a black shirt.
And play just being brought to a stop as the officials have just noticed a rather puck-size chunk missing out of the ice on them far boards, which is why play's been stopped. Dangerous if a player catches his skate on that.
Ah, drop the chunk.
It would appear so.
Well, whether that will need attending to, the officials are just having a quiet word in the middle, deciding what they want to do.
But Gary, it's interruptions like this that are just stopping the game, the momentum. So we know Widnes are 2-1 to the good at the moment. 7:57 remaining in the second period. You're on the bench now and you're Ollie Barron. What are you saying to your guys?
I'm going, wow, I couldn't play hockey. What am I doing here? Oh, I see what you mean. Right now, keep up the momentum that they seem to have. They're quietly confident in this period. They look a lot better. Wanting to know, well, I don't know really. They seem to be putting enough pressure on that Blackburn net. Blackburn, on the other hand, seem to have settled down and slowed the pace down right after that first goal in the second period, and now they seem to have stepped it up again. Widnes are going to try and look for those cracks in the defence. They seem to be getting a lot of pressure behind the goal when Blackburn are sitting in the office with the puck. They've got to try and nick it off them a bit more, put that defence under a bit more pressure and try and pinch a goal. We've seen Hyde trying to slot one in close off the post and stuff like that. They fancy their chances, but the thing you've got to remember, Ben, is if you're playing high up the ice like this, you're leaving yourself open back in your own defence, and we know Blackburn have got the speed and the ability to make punish Wild for leaving that back door open. So you've got to keep your head on a swivel, and this is why you need, Ben, good netminders who can see what's coming, make these crucial saves. Right now, I mean, both netminders have played an outstanding game. Straphans has kept some, the puck
Nick
out.
Straphans has had an absolutely amazing game. He's so far, he has stood on his head a few times. He's got a great, I've said it before and I'll say it again, he's got a great seal on the ice when it comes to those pucks flying in. He drops that butterfly very quickly, he can get the leg pads down, and he's doing the sensible thing. And obviously, it's goalie 101, kick it out to the corner. If you can't get your mitt on that and you don't want to freeze it out, kick it out to the corner. And he's got a good defensive unit around him at the moment. On the other hand, though, Croyle, he's picking bullets out the air at the moment.
Yeah, I agree with you there. But he's doing a great job, and you've got to say to yourself, then, if Wild get that extra goal in this period, do you think that's enough? Do you think they've done enough to keep the Hawks at bay? I mean, bearing in mind, we're only, just over halfway into this second period.
Yeah, very much so. As we're looking like we're getting back underway now. Very good, that'll do. We're all here for a bit of hockey. Don't mind if you do. As we're going to get play back underway. We do so with a face-off win by the Wild in their own zone. Tarpey loses it out to Viney. Viney immediately trying to find that pass over to Dunford. Sam Dunford, another former Altrincham Aces player. Taking his time, trying to get out. And we've got an official, he's got his hand up, and we've got a hooking call. So the Wild are going to grant an opportunity now to the Blackburn Hawks, and it's going to be number 58, that's Worthington Evans.
Oh, well.
So he's going to head the box for 2 minutes.
And this is exactly what Blackburn Hawks will want.
Well, it puts the Wild in a dangerous place. Like Kenny Logan's once said, it's in the danger zone.
Oh, I see what you did there, Ben.
Barmer at the point. Coulter gets in there.
Oh,
Well, little miscommunication between himself and Hager. But it's done the job and they've pushed it out. So it's going to force the Blackburn Hawks back. And here come the Hawks at pace. Down that left wing, looking to cut in. Brings it round once more. Lays it off. Dickinson takes his time. Back to Barmer. Dickinson thinks about it. Takes a shot, looking for the redirect out in front. Was a little like Ulrich. Come back out once more. Dickinson and Gary. Just look at the names on the ice for the Blackburn Hawks. Lutwich, Dickinson, Barmer. You know what I mean? You're basically playing up against the Manchester Storm at this minute.
well, kind of. I just want to point out, Ben, the conversation on the YouTube chat there. Obviously, big discussion about the shirts. Whether you like them or love them, I think the one thing that's quite clear is close up the numbers seem to be clear. But I think if the number had been a little bit wider, that yellow, you'd probably make it a little bit more visible. But nevertheless, we're making the best of it here today.
Dickinson takes a shot through traffic, and Croyle sees that late and still gets down on it. Well, it was a good shot, Jared Dickinson there. And Matt Croyle does well to see that. He got very little vision because he's being shielded there by Baldwin. And I can't quite make out who the other Hawks player was.
Yeah, they're obviously putting pressure on now. Oh, and it's well cleared away by Barron.
It's face-off run. We've got 48 seconds remaining in the power play. Taking his time straightly behind his own net. Forward with Viney. Viney puts it onto the line for Davis to dump in. Riddick takes time. Starts to cycle this puck around. Oh, shot comes in. It's off a stick, sails high over the net. And again, Blackburn straight back in possession. 15 seconds remaining on the power play. King at the point. Decides to take the shot off the leg pad to Gilbert. 5 seconds left. Puck's pushed down. That's going to be the end of the Blackburn power play. Wasted opportunity, Gary?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. They need to capitalise on little gifts like this handed to them.
Viney chooses to try and play that up and does so. Shot goes behind the Widnes net. It's clear down. Coulter's got the skates on. Coulter picks it up, puts it back for Hager. Hager couldn't get control of that. It was a nice little road to check there from that Blackburn player.
Do you know what, Ben? I've got to say, though, great PK by Widnes.
And it was Dickinson who put the check on Hager and did it well. Again, leg pad saved by Croyle. Spills up the change and cleared away by the Wild. Hager receives the rodeo pass. Back down the other way once more. Coulter down that wing. Looks to cut inside.
Oh, you could see that coming.
Hyde picks it up. Will he go? Takes a bit of a tame shot and he goes up off the stick of the Hawk. Kept alive once more. Hyde dumped in the corner. Hager's there. Barry's over on his side, but Hawks are going to clear that out. Managed to do so. Tough. Oh, it's come off. Barry decides to play that right back. Coulter, bit of a lucky bounce. Showing off his footwork there. And now the Wild choosing to play the passes, but they're just going astray and allowing the Hawks in. And it's going to be an offside call there. Oh, it was unlucky. Ulrich speaking to Miss Andrews there, wants to know who it was.
Yeah, she's making it quite clear. Sunshine, don't speak to me. Get in the box.
So we're going to get ourselves another face-off out in front of this Blackburn bench. Back in possession of the Wild. Hawks now playing that forward. Dumped in. Hughes does well to get a stick and turn it away from net. Picked up once more. Clancy has pinched that. Tries to get around his man, does so. Clancy takes it through. Takes a shot. Coming in there was Mauer.
Nice play by Clancy.
Mauer again.
Oh, well saved.
And there's a... Is that a high stick call? No, the officials are blowing it dead though.
Yeah, I think it hit the net, so it deflected up into the nets. Yeah. So close there with the action. Again, the Wild putting that Hawks net under pressure.
So 3:31 as we get back underway.
Oh.
Comes in again once more. That was Griffin. Hawks clear that down onto the stick of Griffin for the Wild. Plays it over to Baldwin. Starts working that way through neutral ice with Barron and Brittle. Barron takes it. Oh! Ooh, looks to go over the blocker and trap hands, but he's got it all. Barron with the second bite for the Jerry. And Baldwin's kept it alive for them. Good pressure in these final few minutes from the Wild. It's all coming out of this second line of Barron, Brittle and Gilbert. And there's a shout on the boards there. Well, it looks like it's Sean Dipnell involved in that. We'll wait to see what the official call is now. As there's a man getting up off the ice. That appears to be Mike Gilbert.
Well, if anybody knows his ice better, it's definitely Mike Gilbert knows it.
And we've gone to Mr. Wells there having a word with Joe Coulter of the Wild.
Yeah, you got to remember the rule is you can't give the referee, you can't talk back.
So neutralise face off. Scooped up by the Hawks. Viney thought about it, pulled it back. Dumped into the opposite corner.
Oh.
Coyle come out of his net, but it's easily picked up by Baldwin. Baldwin to hide.
Oh, he's put on the boards for that.
Coulter. King decides to grab that and take a shot. Baldwin once more. 2:25 now remain. Danny Hyde up the wing. Slams the brakes on. And we're going to get a call there. And that's a hooking call against Blackburn.
Wow.
And that looks like it's on Ulrich. So Finlay Ulrich goes to the box for two.
Pleading his case.
It ain't going to work, kids. It never does.
Yeah.
You'll probably just get yourself in more trouble.
As the official describes, the crop top he's seen for sale that he likes.
So 2 minutes on the penalty clock. And the power play for Widnes with 2:15 remaining.
Well, you couldn't have handed a worse opportunity to your opposition, gifting them a power play with such short time left in this period. Can Widnes capitalise?
Oh! Shot goes in high up over the net. 1:52 now on the clock. 2:07 left in the period. We're going to get ourselves another face-off. This time it's going to be right to trap hands in the Blackburn zone. Brittle's going to go in for the draw for Widnes. Put straight into the corner. Blackburn try and clear that out, but they only go as far as Toth. Barron gets ridden off the puck in a big hit. Wild in retention though still. Shot comes in from Barry and straight to the glove of Trap Hands as 1:36 left on the power play. And it looked like it was Swindlehurst who put the body on Barron.
Yeah, he was having a little word with him there. Just out of sight of the officials.
1:51 remaining in the period. Can Blackburn ride this penalty?
There's 1:36 remaining on that penalty to Blackburn.
Baldwin. Griffin. Hager out in front, trying to find.
Ooh.
And it's blown up again. Well, the officials lose. Oh, the net's off its moorings again.
Has anybody ever heard of Gorilla Glue? I'm sure that
Some gaffer tape maybe.
that'll work on the ice, won't it?
1:27 remains on the power play.
Other glues are available.
Face off this time, left the trap hands, won by the Wild. Griffin thinks about it.
Oh, well deflected.
Well, it was Dunford who got his stick in the way, but Baldwin's going to pick that straight back up. Baldwin and Dunford on the boards here. Viney's now got out to Griffin for the forecheck. And Wild forced all the way back behind their own net. That's good play and good PK in by the Blackburn Hawks there.
And just over 1 minute remaining on this penalty, and 1:16 as the clock's counting down on the game clock.
Wild now starting to work that puck round. Hager takes the shot, it's off a stick.
It's a bit tame.
Well, he was left wide open for that. Baldwin again. Griffin decides to try and take the shot, come off Dunford though. Races to the bench, 53 seconds remain in the period, 36 on the penalty. The Wild can either choose to run this clock out or actually make a push for this and try and go 2 goals ahead. As Hager picks it up at the point, decides to take a shot, it's in! Rich Hager with an absolute snipe!
Oh my goodness, take it by Rich Hager, what a shot! Gets the puck to the side, and he slips through his spot, fires it home, top corner, and Nick Traphands didn't have a chance to even respond to that, and it's now Widnes Wild 3, Blackburn Hawks 1.
Well, Gary, we've seen Hager before when he plays for the Jets. We know he's a formidable skater, but damn, what a shot. And the Wild now comfortably in the driving seat in the dying seconds of this second period.
Well, I wonder if those words I said in the period break are going to come true, Ben. Let's see if Widnes can maintain this lead, or have Blackburn got enough in the tank to try and claw this back and, dare I say the words, overtime?
Don't you even dare.
I didn't say it.
So face-off is going to be right-hand side of Croyle. And it's all straight on net, and he's had to keep that out with his leg pads. Final 20 seconds now as the Hawks desperately pile forward to try and get one. Swindlehurst takes a shot and comes off a stick. Jared Dickinson now tries to play it through once more. It's brought down.
Oh,
Barron's done well to poke it away to Brittle. Brittle drags it out the zone. That's all he needs. Off. Final 5 seconds. Dumps it in the corner. That's going to run the clock out for this period. And what a period you can give that to the Widnes Wild.
well, end to end. And then we had that little lull just after the second goal of the Wild. But you've got to say to yourself, Widnes looking really, really good in this second period now. They've seemed to have taken a firm grip on the game. Hawks tilted a little bit, and are we starting to see cracks in the Hawks side?
No, I think what's happening is Widnes are aware of where their strong points are. I think that's fair to say. So they're trying to exploit their weaker sides. They're keeping the puck away from those stronger players. I mean, we've seen Swindlehurst right in the mix a few times. Maybe they weren't expecting that, but they've been able to handle him so far. Maybe he's just playing down because he doesn't want to burn himself out for the upcoming series. We don't know. But either way, I think he's being kept very quiet compared to what we thought he might be.
Well, of course, that one player that we were saying missing for Widnes today, would that have been a bigger difference, do you think?
If Adam Barnes was there, I think the score would be massively different right now, because there's been a few times when Widnes potentially could have had the back foot and got round the back on Blackburn, and Barnes, with his skill and his pace, he'd have made that count.
Yeah, I think that two-pronged attack with Barnes and Hager, yeah, that has paid dividends for them in previous games. Whether or not, I don't know who you see, because Blackburn's defence was solid until the captain went off, and I think the cracks have started to appear now. People are trying to step in and fill gaps in. I think Hawks have really got to go into that dressing room now and just say, look, we need to play sensible hockey here and try and claw one back. If they can get one goal back, they're still in this game. But right now, it's Widnes Wild. They're in the controlling and driving seat of this game. But of course, talking of previous games and that, we've got highlights from the last game that we had here on Drop the Puck, which was between Widnes Wild and Sheffield Scimitars. We're going to show you that right now.
Nell puts it back into the corner. Wild doing well with G. And now managed to clear that out. Chris G gains his own for the Wild. Looks in the middle, tries to find Tarpey.
Oh, we're right across
Can't
the
get
goal.
there. Mauer takes the shot, and it's in! Mike Mauer from the high slot. Well, that was a well-worked play there by Widnes.
Yeah, when that puck came in and it flew across the face of goal, thought he'd lost the opportunity, but Mauer picks it up and as calm as you like, slots it right in the goal. There you go, back across the goal, and he picks it, slams it home, and gives Widnes Wild the lead here today. It's now Widnes Wild 1, Sheffield Scimitars 0.
Sheffield carelessly dumped that in the zone, and well, that's cleared straight out by Jordan Griffin.
Widnes doing a great job of just keeping this puck at bay down the other end of the ice.
Here comes Yardley, one more. Takes a shot, great blocker save from Pearson. Nell can't get there. Toth's doing well to try and dig it out, but it's recovered once more by Sheffield. Trying to squeeze it in the inside post. Ends up using Humphreys behind. Miscommunication with Duncombe. And it's going to be Barnes and Duncombe there. Duncombe does well and uses his experience over the speed, but it's come out. Gilbert! And what a save. Hadfield denies Mike Gilbert. Another shot for Barnes. Ball down. There it is.
Short-handed goal by Widnes. And oh my goodness, he definitely caught Sheffield on the hop there. You see the puck comes flying across and it's slotted home. As calm as you like. Barnes giving them that extra goal lead. And now, you've got to say to yourself, Sheffield, what have you got to do?
Duncombe dumps that down. It's going to be held up for Baldwin to pick that up. 5:15 now remain in this period. 35 seconds on the power play. Sheffield trying to clear it out off the boards in front of the official. And they manage to clear the zone. Only to Coulter just outside neutral ice, who finds Barnes.
To the corner and send that around the board.
Once more, Barnes decides to take the shot, looks for the redirect out in front. It's a panic with Hager, and they've pushed it out onto a blue stick, and as they calmly dump that away. Well, there's the final seconds of the power play for the Wild, as that one goes amiss for them. Back to full strength, back into the action straight away, Lamming, but it's with Barnes. Can you save for Tangari as that comes off the pipework?
Well, what a play that would have been if that had gone in.
Tate. Lamming just couldn't reel that in. It's gone to Griffin. Griffin backhands that in, picked up by Barnes once more. Barnes got Hager in sport, but he doesn't need him. And Adam Barnes drives a low shot past Hadfield.
Well, for all the efforts he tried on the previous shot, and it came off the post, he made sure this time, as he fires it home, and gives the Widnes Wild a 3-goal lead here today at Planet Ice. Widnes. It's now Widnes Wild 3, Sheffield Scimitars 0.
Well, Gary, they're going to need something within this period, I would say, to try and get back in the game. Yeah. Otherwise, that's going to be a long third period, an uphill battle.
Well, that was the one thing that the Wild did in last week's game between these two, where every time it was coming towards the close of the period, the Wild managed to claw one back, but they still came back from 5-3 to tie it and take it into overtime. Scimitars are going to have to pull something out the bag now to try and get this one back.
As Morris just coughs that puck up, and Jordan on the neutral line. Morris put in once more into that slot, over the backhand. Jordan again decides to take the shot. Pearson just palms that away. Hughes couldn't find G. And Pywell, well, does well there. Wait a little wave of the wand and tried to backhand it in. Nixon takes a shot off the shoulder, gets the rebound.
And that's what they needed.
Well, Tyler Nixon picks that up. You could see the initial shot comes off the shoulder of Pearson, and that's what I said, Gary, about loose change. You can't leave any lying around. Nixon helps himself, thank you very much, and Sheffield get some sort of claw back in this game.
Yeah, as he's been given a lifeline to his teammates here, it's now Widnes 3, Sheffield Scimitars 1, and there's still 3 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in this second period.
Puck drops. We're underway for this third and final period, as we've got the man advantage to Sheffield, and immediately they look to capitalise, getting in the zone with Hughes. Hughes takes a shot. Oh, there it is! Well, they've come on with the quick 1-2.
And the Widnes guys are just standing there looking at each other going, hang on, we weren't ready.
Well, Ruskin Hughes, the top scorer for the Scimitars, puts another one on the board.
Yeah, he brings out from the back, feeds it straight up and fires it straight in the net.
Face off left-hand side of Pearson, picked up by Baldwin. Griffin comes in to try and clear it out. Gilbert now. Near side boards, fed through no man's land. Brownlee does well to try and drive it through that blue wall, but they've turned it around of the Scimitars with Hurst. Hurst looking for the drop pass. They've managed to find Sean Wild, takes the shot.
Oh!
A deflection, it's in off Hurst.
And that's what they needed.
Well,
Scimitars are back in this.
The Sean Wild shot looked like it was going. Glove top side. Hurst gets his stick in the way.
And he did enough to just get in the way of Pearson as the shot come in. He comes across the face of goal, deflects the puck down over the top of Pearson, and gives the Scimitars the tie-in score here. It's now 5 minutes 26 remaining in this third and final period. Widnes 3, Sheffield Scimitars 3.
So guys, don't forget, if it goes to overtime, let's see your predictions in the comments. Who do you think's going to take it? 1:05 remaining in this period. Face off, crucially won there by the Wild. Given straight away though. And Will Newcomb for the Scimitars into the final minute. And it's in! Well, Humphreys with an absolute snipe and a half.
And we've been saying it, Ben. He's been taking them opportunities. He fires it home. Pearson's left stranded. As it comes out, he sees his opportunity, turns and fires a one-timer, and it's in the back of the net. And Sheffield have taken a surprise lead.
So, Mark, difficult result there. Now, we did mention on commentary, Mark, that there was missed opportunities taken away there by the Wild. You know, times that they should have potentially buried the puck. There was an early opportunity in the first period. We spoke about Mike Gilbert, and then a bit later on, Adam Barnes just putting it wide of the post. Do you think that's what's really been the deficit today?
I think we can look at individual missed chances, but I don't think that's it's really fair to put it on anyone's head. I think at the end of the day, everybody had to dig in that third period and see it out, and I think that's where we came unstuck. It wasn't necessarily earlier in the game. I think if we'd taken over the chances, maybe it would have been of benefit to us, but you know, they could have put another couple in the third. We don't really know, but it's that third period that's disappointing.
And we've said it numerous times here on Drop the Puck, the word discipline. Silly penalties picked up today by the Wild that allowed Sheffield back into the game and get that momentum. What's got to change for the Wild going forward for the remaining fixtures, especially with it being a double header?
Yeah, it's on big ice as well, so we need the numbers out there. I think the second period in particular killed us a bit with penalties. I don't know, a few of the guys would want those back, and it's a shame really, because I think our second period was probably our strongest period. I think if we'd had 5 guys on the ice in that second, I think we could have built up our lead a little bit more. So yeah, we need to stay out of the box, quite obviously. It wasn't quite as bad in the third as it was in the second, but you know, we've started on a penalty kill, and that's led to the sort of downward trajectory through that third period. So yeah, staying out of the box is a big thing, but I think it's discipline elsewhere on the ice as well.
Well, Mark, obviously tough defeat today, but it's a learning curve. We can take something away from the positives. Phil Pearson, despite that last shot, I mean, I think most netminders in the league would have struggled to save that from Humphreys.
It's a freak shot, that. I don't think I don't think he could try that another 100 times and find the net the way he did. He wasn't even looking when he shot it. So yeah, it's just one of those things that goalie's not going to stop one of those. I don't think any goalie in this competition, like you say, would have stopped that.
I think Lady Luck was on their side, wasn't it? There,
yeah, I think
yeah,
on
just
that
a little
one,
bit.
But yeah, that's it doesn't really account for the other two that came before that in the third. So.
No, we'll let you get back in the dressing room with the lads. Thank you for taking the time to talk with us, and good luck for the rest of the series.
Cheers, thanks guys.
Well, interesting second period, and of course the highlights from that last game. Bit of a shock for Widnes. Obviously, they've come away from that and gone, well, we can't afford to let slip here. We need to change things up a little bit. Okay, we've already mentioned the fact that they're missing the likes of Barnes, and TJ's obviously at home recovering still with his ankle. But they're giving a good account of themselves here today against a very, very strong Blackburn side.
Blackburn have certainly got depth in the roster, let's say that. And right now, a few of them, I'm looking at them as they come out the player box now and back into the ice, and a few of them look like they've had the bum smacked for some of the performances in there, and I think that's going to fire them up, if I'm honest. I think Reese will have gone in there and, like a very famous football manager once, there have been bottles going around and boots around and things.
Hair dryers, stuff like that, curling tongs.
But I think it's severely a case of now Blackburn need to come out and sucker punch the Widnes Wild if they want to stay in this game. They need to get a goal within the first 3-4 minutes. But let's not take anything away, Gary. A two lead advantage in hockey is the shortest lead, because by all means, one goal the back in it, one goal the other way, and it's all over. It's a nail in the coffin.
And it could be overtime.
Anyway, I'm finding it hard to describe what's going on out there, because it is literally everywhere. 1 minute you've got an absolutely barnstorming Blackburn Hawks bearing down on Matt Croyle, and he's picking bullets out the air, and then you flip it up the other way, and you've got a powerhouse Widnes, facing down on trap hands, and he's standing on his head, kicking them out left, right, and centre. Both tendies are having a blinder today.
Yeah, it's you've got to take your hat off to the netminders today. Doing a great job. But I just want to give a shout out to, we're talking about hockey, everybody's waiting to get back to hockey. Of course, there's the rec leagues as well. There's a lot of teams out there. If you're ever interested in playing, look on the internet, find out who your local team is. Now, give a big shout out, by the way, to the guys at the Flintshire Phantoms. One of our camera guys, Steve Ferber's one of their players, doing a great job. Hopefully they'll all be back on the ice soon. But I think without further ado, I think we're going to go back down to the ice. Ben, it's time to
drop the puck.
Well, the mood's been set, Ben. The music's playing. All down to this third and final 20 minutes, this third and final period.
And I tell you what,
somebody could win this title today.
You can feel the tension. You can actually feel the tension.
No, that's my Primark underpants. Don't worry about that.
As we're back underway, King straight away for the Hawks decides to put that straight down. And we go again.
Oh, round the back.
Round the back, trying to give themselves some breathing space. Against the boards. Plays it off, back down for the Widnes to turn it around. And play broken dead once more. So a couple of shout outs to be had. So John Ando, big shout out to TJ recovering with his ankle.
Shout out to all the junior Hawks watching the game today.
Charlotte Jackson, shout out to Auntie Julie watching Spot in the Wild, and Scooby, shout out to the Sisters Grimm in work.
You shouldn't be watching it in work.
Oh well, it's hockey, Gary. Free hockey at that.
How could you not want to not watch this game?
I know. Butler puts that in.
Ooh,
Spoons round, but it's intercepted by Brittle. Brittle manages to find Barron. Puck comes up and down on the ice.
that almost looked a little bit like dancing on ice there, the way he was positioned.
Ulrich. Oh, and that puck's going to go flying out of play. And we're going to get a stoppage in play as we see Tom Jackson in the stands. He's here to support his team, even on his crutches.
Is he going to run and get that puck, is he?
I don't think he'll be running anywhere in a while, Gary.
Because one of the fans gets a puck. Oh, it's Tom.
Back to neutral ice for the face-off on the centre dot. Once again, Blackburn Hawk winning that face-off. Toff chased into the corner. Managed to clear the zone all the way down. Coulter. Oh no, it's Gilbert, sorry. Well, it's blown anyway by the officials. And right now, we've literally played less than a minute.
So, Stuart Bell, what a game. Loving the show. Doing a great job, guys. Thank you, Stuart.
Face off once more, won by the Hawks. Shot comes in on the Chester coil. Spills off the post, comes out.
Oh my goodness, how did that not go in?
And the Hawks showing early.
Well, that's what they've got to do. They've got to come out fighting.
Toth pinned on the boards now by Ulrich. Goes down.
Stay on your feet.
And now they've managed to get it out. And oh! That caught the inside of the post and out. Barry gets his body in the way of that Butler shot.
Well, you've got to give them the due. They're trying.
Dumped back in once more, but turned away and they found Barron on the wing. A little bit of an overlap. Barron, hard into the boards from Balmer. Kemp steps up on Lutwich.
Sidesteps him.
Now Balmer.
And a quick line change.
Yeah, just as we go for a change all round. Balmer takes his time, looks up, who's he got? Decides to go over to Ulrich. Ulrich puts it through to Pollitt. Pollitt into the corner, tries to get round Hughes. Hughes gets in there though. Hawks with it out behind.
Yeah, he's looking to feed
Shot
it
comes
out.
in from Swindlehurst. Low, long shot.
You got to say that one of them shots from Swindlehurst is going to go in at some point. The way they fired in.
Fired in again out in front. You can see Kemp is trying to keep Davis at bay in the paint. And now Clancy goes round Swindlehurst. Ryan against the boards with Balmer. Hawks looking to turn it back around the other way. Pass sent past Griffin. Received by Baldwin. Off the stick of Croyle. Another line change for the Hawks. And a shot on from Baldwin. Forces a save out of trap hands. Back across. Again, trap hands. Leg pad turns it out. Dunford. Fighting with Griffin, but it's gone to Coulter. Coulter manages to just keep it in. High slot. Takes a shot and it's
got tied up there.
And no real power in. He's stick tied up with Warnock there. And we're going up the other way with Swindlehurst. Gains his own into the corner. And big hit. Swindlehurst goes down. He checked from Hager.
I don't think it was malicious. I just think
And straight over. There's players and Swindlehurst holding his face as he skates off.
Well, as you can see, he just comes in. Haggard just, they go shoulder to shoulder really there. It's hard to say. There wasn't much in it really. He just ran out of ice.
Well, Swindlehurst has gone to the locker room to receive treatment as he brings about a break in play.
Well, that'll be a loss for the Hawks because he's been quite useful in that defence for them.
So a couple more shout outs. We've got Daniel Bennett saying shout out to Big Ollie C. Guy can't wait to get back playing hockey. Well, I can pretty much say, Daniel, none of us can. And of course, the announcement this week, Gary, is the EIHL announced that we're moving to phase 4 of the 5-stage plan, which means that seniors can now return to training. So that's showing progression.
Yeah, good news that.
As Blackburn again take the shot off the blocker of Croyle into the corner. Lutwich lays that off. Scooped up by Dickinson. Puts a King, intercepted by Barron. Tied up is Barron and King, and there's handbags and words exchanged there. One eye on that, one eye on the puck. And you can tell it's spilling over. Yeah. Barron's not rising to it. The official has now seen it. King's going to find his way into the box.
And King being penalised.
Well, that's a cross check.
Yeah, I think there was an opportunity there where the puck fell, fortunately, to Barron, but he got checked out of it.
So, 2 minutes on the power play clock in favour of the Widnes Wild. Can they put the nail in the coffin? As Mr. Wells just having a quiet word with the Widnes bench there. So Mr. Horner puts the puck in for the face-off. Coulter takes his time. Shot in, straight into the glove of Trap Hands, and it was well seen. Great shot from Jordan Griffin in the high slot.
Well, this, of course, is the first of 2 games today in this streaming series. At 4 o'clock, you can see Nottingham Lions taking on the Sheffield Scimitars.
Griffin tries to find Baldwin. Thought about it through traffic.
Oh, there was an opportunity there.
Coulter again, and Widnes cycling this puck well, comes off the leg pads of Dunford.
It's just one deflection, it could go either way.
They've managed to clear the zone, but Baldwin's there to receive it, straight onto Hagger. And Hagger, ever the danger presence when he's on the ice. Shot comes in from high, high and wide. Griffin keeps the puck alive, but Dunford does well to turn it out. And Dunford's forced it all away. And there's going to be a call there. And that's a hooking call. So we're going the other way now. And it's going to be Jordan Griffin going in the box for the Widnes Wild.
So it evens things up again.
We got ourselves a little bit of 4-on-4, Gary, for the next 1 minute and 15.
4-on-4.
So, 4-on-4 hockey opens our ice up a bit now. Then passes taking a little bit longer. Once more, hockey resumes. Baldwin dumps it into the corner, tries to chase it down. Gilbert's going to be there for the Wild. Lutwich ties up with Barron. Around the back of the Hawks net, Streetley gets it round Baldwin. Barron rides his man and rides that check. He's on the boards, he's down, trying to play the puck still.
Whoa.
44 seconds remain on the power play.
And it's going to be a penalty.
There's another call up. Is that going to be assessed to Barron for tripping? It'll be interesting to see. Shot comes in out front.
Oh, how did that not go in?
There, the officials have blown the puck dead. His arms up, and it looks to be on Barron.
Well,
and is that holding?
That's a surprise, really, considering he was already going to the.
Oh, it's interference.
Yeah, because when he was sliding along the floor, he got in the way.
So interference penalty assessed to Oliver Barron, and suddenly we find ourselves in a 4-on-3 situation in favour of the Blackburn Hawks.
Interference,
for
yeah.
34 seconds, and then a dangerous 5-on-3 position if the Hawks can hold out, where you would expect them to try and, or at least make the Wild pay with another one. As he skates in, it's off the moorings, it's the net, and that was Orrick skating in far side. Croyle cut across.
Well, there's only 22 seconds remaining on the penalty to Blackburn Hawks. They're going to to full advantage in a minute against 3 men of the Wild. Can they make this pay?
So face off once more, won by the Wild. Choose to use the board to ring it out and do so.
Well played. Feed it all the way up the ice.
15 seconds now remain on the clock. And 10 till we get a 5-man Blackburn team on the ice. That's exactly what they're doing. They're riding this clock out. 5. And their trapdoor opens. King hits the ice once more. 5-on-3 in favour of the Blackburn Hawks. And it's the old hockey adage, Gary. 5-on-3, you should score. This could be the goal that gets them back in it with Pollitt. Into the corner as they start cycling the puck around. 30 seconds remain on the other. Penalty assessed to Griffin.
Well, they're going to play smart here. Witness if they're going to keep this out.
Pollitt takes his time, looks up. Shot comes in off through traffic, off the blocker, off the face mask and out of play. So 15 seconds remain on the power play, and the penalty serves to Griffin. 56 on the one serve to Barron, and we've got 13:22 remaining in the game. Face-off will be right-hand side of Croyle. This 5-on-3 situation in favour of Blackburn. They do well to keep it in as we hit the 10-second mark now before Griffin's allowed out. You can hear Trapan's giving the call there. 5-4. Needs to do something quick with this man advantage. There goes the penalty on Griffin.
So it's back to 5-on-4.
36 seconds now remain until Barron's back on the ice. And the Hawks are going to be disappointed in the fact they couldn't capitalise on that situation.
Yeah, Wild must be really pleased. They've done a great penalty kill with 3 players.
Baldwin gets in there all over that and turns it back up ice with 20 seconds left on the penalty clock. Taking the time, Ulrich. Backhand for Dixon. He's got Lutwich in support. Final 10 seconds on that power play now. 5 before Barron's back out in front. Dickinson acting as a screen, turns it out, trapdoor opens, Barron's back on the ice, back to 5-on-5. And the Blackburn Hawks have let slip through their fingers a possible advantage that they should have capitalised all over.
Yeah, they'll be kicking themselves for that later.
Hager takes the shot off the skates.
Well blocked. Quick line change by the Hawks.
Go for a wholesale line change.
Oh, a nice little deflection.
And Barron, well, he came off the skater, Barron. If he'd have touched it with his stick, it would have been an offside call.
Been interesting if it had gone in, though.
Hawks end up pushing the puck all the way back down to the Wild zone where they regain possession. 11:46 now remain in this game still. Wild 2 goals to the good as Coulter rides that check off Davis. King, fresh out the box.
Ooh,
Tarpey doing well. Streetley aids that on. Coulter manages to get it over to Tarpey. And you can tell now that Widnes are just sort of egging out the Hawks, trying to stretch him in a bit to get in behind him.
Yeah, and Davis is just sitting like a lone striker up front and not much getting up to him at the moment.
11:05 now remain in this game as the Hawks trying to get possession in the Widnes zone. Widnes managed to regain it though, trying to push it out. Can't.
It's in!
No, redirect down in front! Well, there was bodies in the way of Croyle through traffic, and it's a redirect from, looks to be Riddick.
No, you'll never guess who that was.
Was that number 8 himself?
It
Gary?
was, yeah.
And Mr. Davis.
Well, he was in the right place at the right time. Takes a little tap and directs it into the back of the net.
And I'm going no doubt we won't hear the last of that one.
No, we won't.
But no, fair play. Great goal by Aaron Davis there. And it gets the Hawks within 1, Gary, with 10:46 remaining.
Yeah, it's currently Widnes Wild 3, Blackburn Hawks 2.
The shot comes in once more. No. Regains possession, turns around, takes the shot off the leg pad to the Wild play out in front into the glove of Croyle.
Well grabbed.
So a quick recap of the situation we find ourselves in now. The Wild need to win today to take the title. The Hawks need to win to take the title, or can force overtime, and if they take the overtime win, they take it past reach of the Wild. So the Wild do not want to go this to overtime.
I don't think either team want that.
Action back underway once more. Butler. As it's played round. Coyle out of his net, holds that for Griffin. Forward check pressure coming in once more by Blackburn with Baldwin though. Up the wing for Gilbert. Finds Barron on the other side. Barron receives a check once more, and it's Barron's being in the wars today. Bodies on left, right and centre. Baldwin pinches in, tries to regain possession and does so. Still Lewis Baldwin through all the traffic. He's taking it from point to corner. Now back to the other corner. Butler who got the stick in there, but Barron reeled that one in. And now Lutwich. Griffin just skates across him and shuts his pass lane off. A quick line change again for the Hawks and the Wild. Barry sends that over. Back for Brittle. Brittle to Hagger. Dumped in, Hyde. Forced to play that around the boards. Is it the official just in the way there? And Hawks looking to play it out once more. Coulter keeps it in. Tries to take it into the corner. And we can see now that, well, Swindlehurst, Streetley's on the ice. We haven't seen Swindlehurst come back out the locker room.
Oh, tries to wrap around.
Potentially might not see Swindlehurst return to the game.
Well, still 8 minutes and 35 remaining in this period. One goal in it.
Back down the other way. Streetley just to gain possession of that.
Just slowing the pace down a little bit now. Just allowing a change of lineup. Pollard looks for the outside pass. Oh! And that immediately makes its way around the ring, back down to the ice. King picks it up.
You can see another quick line change all around us. Hawks try and capitalise on this. Giovanni coming out the gate. Giovanni skated into the zone. Got done for the support. Barron's there to slop that up though. And it was a little bit of a sloppy pass. Barron takes the shot. Easy save for Trap Hands. Chooses to freeze that out.
Yeah, Barron just playing honest hockey there. When the puck comes down the side, skates down, takes the opportunity to fire one home and keep the netminder aware of what's going on.
So face off going to be left hand side of Trap Hands. King. Oh, he's turned that over to Barron. Barron to Brittle. Back to Barron behind the net. Tries to find Gilbert in front. Oh! It's come out to Barry. Takes the shot through traffic. Gilbert trying to look for that deflection. It ends up going high into the netting.
Opportunity miss there. Gilbert a little bit gutted. He's never got that opportunity. And Travan's a bit late to see that, but done well. It still remains a score here. Witness Wild 3, Blackburn Hawks 2.
Face off in the Blackburn zone, left hand side of Trapans. Coulter in for the draw for the Wild. Does what he needs to do and wins that. And Griffin just puts that straight back on net. The Trapans to turn out, and here come Blackburn. Turn that over once more. Haggett picks it up at the blue. Decides to take the shot. You can see Coulter was trying to skate in there, but Streetley had him marked well. Hyde looking for the redirect from the Griffin shot. Back out to Baldwin, plays round once more. Griffin decides to use the board to get around Lutwich. Dickinson all over that, and he's forced Baldwin to chase that back with 6:43 remaining in the game. Only a goal game now though, Gary.
Well, could go either way at the moment, but both teams trying their hardest to get next goal.
Griffin through the neutral zone. Takes a shot!
Oh, what a shot and what a
Griffin
save.
tried to go coast to coast and well.
Yeah, he fancies his chances there. Picks up the puck. Decides to go right down the middle, sees the opportunity, and fires a shot home, but Straphan's just puts his paw to it, gets it away, and we've got a face off.
So back down in the Blackburn zone. Face off won by Wild. Barry takes a shot, and Barron was trying to act as the screen there, but
Done well to see that.
and Barmer wasn't happy with him. Barron certainly getting under the skin of a lot of the Blackburn players at the moment.
Well, it's good to see him back playing, if I'm honest. It'd be nice to see him play a season.
Underway once more as King swings that all the way round for Riddick.
Ooh, good pace.
And can Blackburn catch the Wild now on the back foot as they gain the zone they're in, trying to set the cycle up. The Toff's done well. He's allowed Barron in, who's got his stick all over that. Gilbert can't pull it out the air. Turning it back though is Barmer. Barmer trying to find Dittnell. Gilbert and Pollard, but he's giving it away to Hyde. Hyde trying to find Gilbert. Gilbert!
Oh, just narrowly wide.
And Gilbert lost his stick there. Streetley was standing over it, but he's managed to be reunited with his equipment. Griffin does well to chest that down, but Dipnell's taking possession. Again, Wild desperately trying to clear the zone.
And the Wild have got to be careful of the counter-attack of the Hawks.
Shot comes in from the corner. Streetley can't keep it in. It's going to go all the way down to the Hawk zone. Entering the final 5 minutes of this game now, though. And I've got to ask Gary, I don't want to, but do you think they'll pull Nicks?
It's early days yet, Ben, because, I mean, there's only one goal in it, but it's hard to say because anybody could get a goal. You could get two goals in 2 minutes.
So, body on there. Let's put the Hawks out to play. And here comes Coulter. He's got the Rockets on. He's looking for Hagger. Still Coulter into the corner. And there's a stick to the face there potentially.
Oh,
And Dickinson's gone down centre ice, holding his hand. So two of the Hawks players taking knocks within a couple of seconds, and Griffin now. And Barmer and Griffin.
happy words with each other there.
Brittle. Finds Barron. Barron's got Gilbert back door!
Oh!
And Gilbert just missed his.
Nice bit of stick work by Barron, but Gilbert
Barmer
missed that opportunity.
Use the board to find Lutwich. Barron tries to force Lutwich off the puck, does so. 3:55 now remain. Barron tries to play it off the board. He's got Lutwich to beat. Gets brought down, manages to knock it forward. Pollock plays it over to Butler once more. Butler decides to dump it in. Croyle comes out of his net to try and stop that. Couldn't get there though. You can see now Hawks trying to get something desperately going. Wild just on absolute all-out clear. Get that puck, get it out. That's what they're doing at the moment as Gilbert does enough to clear the zone. Butler forced to play it back to Barmer. Barmer to Ulrich. Ulrich, will he go alone? Takes a shot off the leg pads.
Oh, that was
Runs
nearly the
wide.
equaliser. Well, they're knocking on the door, Ben.
They are. One eye on Trapans, one eye on the clock. And trying to find a third eye to put on the puck.
Well, we're down to 2 minutes 45 seconds, and
Hagger's got there, icing call waved off. Hagger, round the back of the net, puts it across for Coulter, but it's read by Trapans, turns out. Coulter now. All the way to Griffin, wide open at the point, takes the shot. Sails over the bar. Baldwin puts it back in play. Brittle dumps it in. Hawks now desperately trying to push up. Chipped in there by Dipnell. The Hawks back in possession. Wild doing enough just to, every time the Hawks gain that zone, they just push them back out and they're forcing them to reset. Final 2 minutes now of this game.
Well, just just behind our scoreboard on the screen there, you could hardly just see him, but just to the left of to the right of the Widnes Wild bench there, on our left, as we look at him, Rhys Kearney-Witter shouting out orders as he tries desperately to rally his team and find an equaliser in these 1.5 minutes remaining.
But Wild doing exactly what they need to do, Gary. Get that puck, dump it all the way down the ice, force Blackburn to skate all the way up again, run those legs out, force the line changes. They're doing what they need to do. It's a very well worked game by Widnes.
Well, are they going to do it? I wonder if Blackburn are going to risk it for a biscuit. Are they going to pull the netminder and go with 6 skaters?
Ulrich managed to find Lutwich.
He's looking over. He's looking over.
He's looking at the bench.
As the action still continues.
He's gone.
He's gone. He's gone.
It's an empty net.
And it's 6
out.
skaters on the ice for Blackburn now as they look to try and put it in the back of the net in this final 45
Butler
seconds.
takes a shot. It's off the leg pads. Hager hacks away at that.
And
Widnes managed to clear the zone.
time is ticking against them. We're down to 35 seconds.
Chasing. Picked up by Davis.
Oh,
Ulrich leaves it run for Butler. Butler takes a shot. It's runs wide.
and it's gone out of play.
And the officials blow that dead as a man hits the ice over in the centre ice there.
Well, 22 and a half seconds remaining in this nail-biter of a game. And it's still Widnes Wild 3, Blackburn Hawks 2.
Well, oh, the timeout called by Blackburn.
Well, Widnes.
And Reach now behind in the plexi behind his team.
Yeah, he's...
So you can see now the likes of Ryan Finnerty trying to instill that knowledge he's got and manipulate something here that could possibly get the Hawks the goal and get them back in it.
All comes down to this final 22 and a half seconds, Ben. They've got to do something just to tie this game up.
And it is notable, Gary, we did not see the return of Paul Swindlehurst onto the ice.
No, it's he obviously he's taken a knock.
There'll have been precautionary measures that he stayed off, obviously with that Elite Series coming up. So, empty net, Blackburn, 6 skaters out for them. They get the draw, which is what they needed to do. Davis holds his line, dumps it in, final 15 seconds. The puck is all the way down.
Oh, and
icing call as Dicknell race down to get that.
The clock stops at 8.2 seconds. And folks, if you're new to hockey, 8.2 seconds could be a long time. You've seen how quick they can score in this. Here it goes. Oh.
The officials just having words.
So here we go.
8.2 seconds.
Down to this. Oh, and again.
Oh! And there's a penalty being called on Gilbert. And right at the crucial moment, Mike Gilbert arguing back with the referee has cost the Wild players one player. And it's a timeout called by Widnes now.
Well, you couldn't write this, could you? Well, you could if you were really good at novels. And anyway.
Okay, so Wild have been assessed a penalty to Mike Gilbert. He's going to serve 2 minutes in the box, even though there's only 8.2 seconds left. He has, though, however, now upped the ante for the Hawks. Now they've got a 2-man advantage.
6 against 4. It's a big ask, but 8.2 seconds. It's made it interesting, Ben. What a fantastic final few seconds.
Right, okay. Oh. Part of me doesn't want to look, Gary. So, here we go. Face off, won by Blackburn into the corner. Time ticking away. Puck's broken the zone. They're forced out. That's the game. And your North Cup streaming series champions
will be decided tomorrow. Because there's one more game remaining for the Widnes Wild. They have to travel to Nottingham Lions. And hopefully, all being well, it puts them back on the top of the pile. But now,
it certainly put the Wild in the stronger position.
We said at the top of the show it could decide the title today, but the Hawks fell at the final hurdle.
Well, I don't know, Gary. It's going to be a tough game, and if they carry on playing like they have today, you can pretty much imagine that the Wild are going to take the points against Nottingham tomorrow.
I wouldn't count on that, Ben. As we said, you can't count on anything. You would assume that last week that the Wild would have got the points.
Sorry, Gary, I'm just setting up for our interview coming up now.
We would have thought the Wild would have got the points against Sheffield Scimitars, but in their own backyard, the Scimitars come and took the win away from the Wild, which kind of set things up as it is today. So you can't take anything for granted in this sport. So, interestingly enough, as you pointed out before, obviously Swindlehurst didn't return to the ice. We had those 2 ejections early on in the game, which caused all sorts of havoc. Obviously, upset the apple cart a little bit, but then all it did was just squirted a little bit more fuel on the fire. Things got really heated up. And a good first period, I think. The Wild got on the score sheet quite early, made things interesting, but it's been neck and neck all the way. And then gradually, the Wild have got that, coming into the third period, got that vital goal that got them ahead. And then you fancied Blackburn, when they got that second goal, to try and capitalise and get an extra one to bring it into overtime. But again, heated moments, silly mistakes, and it's found the Wild coming away today, 3-2 winners.
Yeah, well, we knew the Wild were chipping away at them. At the end of the day, it's their home ice, you know how to play it. They played their game. I think what happened was losing Risto did have a bigger impact than we actually thought. They didn't maybe have the strong voice out there they were expecting. Maybe the game plans weren't working quite right.
But he's a defensive player as well, and he's been vital. I mean, people have people have various views on players in this league, and Rich Carney-Witt has been one of those predominantly big characters, and I don't mean that in a nasty way, big characters in a way who, for me, play a huge part in the way that the Blackburn defence has been running. Just been handed a quick note. Not decided yet. Wild top, great point, but oh right, okay. They need to win by 10, is that? Oh my goodness. Okay, so interesting now. The permutations, or as you say by Carol Vorderman, the numbers are still on the board. It's going to be interesting to see how this wins, but right now, nothing's been decided. Do you know what? It's been a great series, this streaming series has been really, really interesting.
It has. It's been absolutely brilliant to see, and I'm just thankful we had the opportunity to bring this to you guys, because we've obviously had the situation where we went from no hockey to suddenly having the ability to have hockey again, and obviously to be invited to cover this for you guys has been brilliant.
But it's made for really, really good viewing, I think. I mean, for me, today's game is what it was all about. I kind of expected these tournaments to kind of go down to being like a bit dull and a bit lacklustre, if you like. But the hockey that we've seen, especially today, I mean, we've had a few comments there on the YouTube chat from people over the pond there saying that they've been interested in the level of hockey and stuff like that. Some people didn't even know it was happening. And we said this before. Hockey happens across this country at various levels, recreation hockey and stuff like that. You have to find something that suits you. But just go onto the internet and look for the nearest hockey team near you. Obviously, find the level that you're more suitable at. And one day you could be representing a team like Widnes Wild. And one of those players who did represent their team today for Widnes is Ollie Barron, who's down in the box. I'm sure we'll have a quick word with Ollie right now.
So, Ollie, a good performance there, a good victory. Came out that third period firing. What did it feel like down there on the ice?
Nice. We just won, haven't we? We just won tournament, have we? We have. Yeah, very good. No, it was nice. Tough game. They were a very good team. And they brought some extra guy. Well, they brought an extra guy in, especially for us. So they must have been worried about us tonight. So ultimately, we stuck to his task today and come out winning the tournament. And very happy with the performance.
So in between that first and second period, obviously a goal each had gone in. What was said in the locker room that needed to change? Obviously, you had to go ahead goals.
In between the what? Sorry, the first.
And second period, yeah.
No, I thought we were well. They penned us in a bit at first, but we just had to be composed, and be more composed on the puck, and we were rushing decisions a bit, and they come out firing. But I thought once 10, 12 minutes into the game, we found us feet a bit. We started getting pucks on net, and that was his job. We matched him. And, yeah, spot on, no problem.
Now, we obviously saw the situation there with Chris G and Kenny Witter dropping the gloves. We know Reese is obviously a key defensive man for them and their captain as well. In that sense, how much did that fight disrupt the game or swing it your way?
Didn't disrupt it. If anything, it worked for us, I think. Reese, he'll fight anyone, and Chris just, went with him today, and fair play to him, because a lot of people wouldn't. And if anything, it gave us a bit of momentum, so no problem with that. And
then finally, we were without Barnes today, and a few people were worried that could have, really stuck. And then we heard early on today that Brownlee wasn't icing as well. Turned to Danny Hyde, who returned, and that line of Hyde, Hagger, and Coulter. How beneficial was that line today?
Well, firstly, we've missed Barnes. He's been a big player for us, and a lot of speculation about him coming in and playing for us because he released chief player. I lost a lot of players, and I filled them with players, and Barnes had an ankle injury, and then Cam couldn't make it as well today. Ultimately, Danny stepped up and did a job, but ultimately we're a team performance, and I'm happy with every single one of my players. First, second, third line, everyone did a job, and that was the spirit we went into it as a team. We won it as a team, and yeah, job done.
I was going to say, Ollie, that's the one thing that you've kind of answered the critics, because with the players being missing like Barnes and that, all these naysayers about these elite players coming in and out, you proved a point. You don't really need them. You've got the ability. You've got the side that can do the job when it's asked.
Gary, every team's done it. Sheffield's brought guys in from, Nottingham's got guys. Blackburn's just brought in a GB International for today. Everyone's done it. And, we've brought guys in. They've strengthened us. They've helped guys, as normal players develop. And overall, it's been a good tournament. I've enjoyed it. Everyone's got on really well. And we've won it, so I'm happy. I'm going to go home tonight and sleep well.
I've got one more question for you, Ollie. It's been great to see you in this streaming series, and I take it that you've really enjoyed playing hockey in this tournament. It'd be nice to see you back. What's your plans for the future, mate?
Next Thursday, I'm playing tennis. So we'll see. I don't know. I'm playing tennis next week, though, guys.
Well, it'd be great to see you back anyway. You're always welcome either behind the mic or certainly on the ice. We'll love to see you back anyway, Ollie.
Gary and Ben, you've done a top job as well. So thank you for your streaming. It's been brilliant.
Right, we appreciate that. We appreciate that, mate. Well, thanks
very much. We'll go in and celebrate with your team anyway. Yeah. A well-deserved victory today, and potentially the hands on the cup.
Yeah, thank you.
No worries.
So Ben, yeah, potentially one hand on the cup. It depends on the results. Pending, there's obviously a game this afternoon, which we've already mentioned. Nottingham and the Sheffield play each other.
And then tomorrow,
that's at 4 o'clock. If anybody wants to check out for that on YouTube, that's more hockey today. And then tomorrow, I think it's just the one game, isn't it?
Tomorrow at 4 o'clock will be the Wild versus Nottingham game. So yeah, still a full weekend of hockey here there, but essentially it's all in the title for.
Well, I think it's fair to say we've had a really exciting day here at Planet Ice. This is the last and final of our 3 streams that we're going to do for this NIHL North 1 Cup streaming series. It's been great. I'd just like to say a big thank you to all our production crew, all the people behind the scenes that have made this possible. Big thank you to the people of Planet Ice who've been really, really cooperative and been helpful in that. And of course, a big thank you to the teams who've given us some exciting hockey, especially today. And of course, a big thank you to you, the viewers, for tuning in and watching this. We've really enjoyed doing it, and hopefully
We'll be back soon.
we'll be back soon to do more. But yeah, if you subscribe and get the notification bell, you'll hear of any announcements that we're going to do. We'll put them out and make sure that you hear of them first, and then you can follow us here right on Drop the Puck and BASN TV. Ben, I think it's time to say goodbye and go and get warm and a nice cup of coffee. So
Until next time.
yeah, I've been Gary Lee,
I've been Ben Lee.
and this has been Drop the Puck.
Good night.